you know, the dreaded leg days that people be stressing over.
Some of them are getting back in line.
You got to learn to love it.
To say the least.
Make
Do
some
you know
noise,
of any,
everyone.
male competitors who train legs 3 days a week? I feel like no men's category has to do that.
3 days a week?
Yeah.
Men are built differently. You'd be lucky to get 2 days a week.
Wow, I really wish the audience could see our vantage point. We're on the back here,
right,
so we can see them from the rear and really see the shape of their
glutes.
glutes,
Yeah.
the hip dip, as we call it, or as I'm calling it right now. And these ladies are tight. These ladies are tight.
And each competitor brings a different type of physique, different type of conditioning as well.
And it comes back down to what is the overall package that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise.
The look, the ultimate.
These are our lovely ladies.
So, of all of these, what's the ideal for the OCB?
All right, ladies, what I want you to do is go ahead and exit the
My
stage.
personal choice
I'm
is
going to call out
purple.
your number, okay? Listen out for your number. If I call your number, make sure you report backstage, okay? You can follow
up. Choice so far in all this?
Purple. I don't know what number that is.
Fair, purple.
Look at that. They don't even know to go quarter turn to
purple,
the right or not.
Green, and
there you go. Come on.
The one shade of pink.
Pink.
Fuchsia.
Good.
It just depends on the angle. I feel like purple, obviously, she's too many different categories. She could be physique, she could be bodybuilding, she's all things. She's so hard.
Who I
but
need
I can
on
see
out here. Listen up for your numbers.
But there was one
I need
fuchsia.
Competitor number 33.
Has the flat
35.
stomach without the etched abs. Has
36.
They're calling out the top 5, it looks like.
Snap. Top 5.
41.
Yep, top 5, yep.
And 46. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your top 5.
41, 46.
Given what we've seen about conditioning, I feel like two are kind of easy to move. The green, from our vantage point, has incredible glute development while maintaining a softness, but I'm not sure that the audience can see that from the front, but from our view,
all right,
behind the screen there, green has a really solid.
In 5th place, take that over to competitor number 36, Kat Cabonis.
I don't know that the audience at home can really appreciate how hard it is to train the glutes.
Take that over to
without growing other areas.
Competitor number 35, Lisa
Squats
Melema.
are how you grow a booty, but they really aren't. If you're trying to isolate your quads, squats are not, or not your quads. If you're trying to isolate your glutes, squats are not the movement for that.
In 3rd place.
That's correct.
Take that over to competitor number 33, Dr. Daphne Dusant.
Okay.
Very
so
interesting.
we are looking at our top 2, 41 and 46.
So we're going between
46 in the green and 41 in the purple.
So we're looking at a balance between hard and
in 2nd place.
They have similar physiques, just different types of
conditioning. Take that over to
different levels of conditioning.
Competitor number 46, Serena Green.
Okay.
So that means our first place winner for today is Kristen
41.
Slavik.
Wow.
Competitor number 41.
It could have went either way. I think if Green was a little bit harder,
yeah, I agree.
She could have pulled through.
And again, if you could see what we can see, the video quality is not the same.
Yeah, I think 41 is a standard of wellness.
All right.
And as I said before, she could have came in a little softer and still
Kristen up there.
with the win.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ladies.
What a great position.
Make some noise for our lovely ladies. This was a tough class.
Oh, man. I'm really glad that they rewarded Green with 2nd because she's so close.
Very close.
It's like, that's nothing to be sad about, nothing to be disappointed
Kristen
about.
teared up when she heard her name.
And I wouldn't be surprised if it was
maybe
a 1 or 2 point difference.
Yeah.
Yep.
Agreed.
Because you just won your pro card.
Wow.
41. We have trade joints. Yeah.
I haven't tried it. Wow. It's quite an achievement. And again, wellness is a newer category. Wellness came onto the scene, I believe, in 2020.
2020 officially. Yeah.
Officially in the United States and in the NPC, which is a untested federation. And then it took a couple years before the natural leagues, because the whole idea with wellness was it was asymmetrical.
I hope the cameraman got it on the color, too.
Is that even achievable naturally? Can we get
Y'all
that
make some noise for Kristen.
So it took a couple years, and here we are. So it is nothing short of a feat to be proud of, to be in the first inaugural natural pro wellness competitor ranks in history books right now, Yeah.
And wellness has become a more of a
we got the pros. You guys
category.
Are gonna be in a treat.
Everybody wants to do wellness.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to do wellness.
The look is so attractive. The whole idea of super
we got the
fit
pros coming up.
with a solid lower body.
We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break.
Ooh, that means
stretch
we
your
get to
arms.
jet,
Try to make it to the bathroom as quickly as possible. And we're gonna bring out some pros.
All right.
I gotta tell you, this has been exciting. This has been riveting. We're all over here placing our, not bets, but you know what I mean?
A lot of surprises, a lot of shockers today. Yeah, but emotions either way, winning or not placing first. So
yeah, it's true.
So we just watched the wellness competitor win her pro card, number 41. There was a little bit of a debate there at the beginning as to whether or not she was too lean for the show, as opposed to being just right. I personally think, and I thought
all the competitors that were just in this
standard of wellness. I think she could have came in a little bit softer, and still won the show. But congratulations to 46 as well, second place.
What I'm really curious to see is, because I think we're going to get an introduction of the one pro class in this show is about to step up, and it's wellness. I'm wondering if our new pro card holder can join them and do her thing.
Honestly, when I'm looking at these physiques who are pros, it's a little different than her.
Yeah. But with what you know what I'm saying? What would that amount to? Could she dominate? She'd be making history right now.
You said it's different.
She looks a little different. She looks a little harder.
She looked a little harder than the pros.
Than these pros coming out.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
It would be really interesting if they let her join them.
It's debatable because different federations are and we're gonna switch.
All right, so here we go. We're going to cut to the introductory videos for our wellness pros.
It's for cash money, everybody.
Cash money.
On the table.
The fun part.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Hope Ashford. I'm from Lexington, South Carolina. I attend New Body Fitness, where I train under Jimmy Leach.
Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Townsend. I am from Virginia, and I compete with Team Gridiron. Shout out to my amazing coach, Justina Threadgill.
Happy show day. My name is Monique Russell. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and my coach is David with Team Nonstop.
Hi guys, my name is Samantha Lina. I'm from Staten Island, New York, and I'm competing in Pro Wellness.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Reed. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, and I will be competing in the Pro Wellness division.
My name is Tamara White. I'll be coming to you guys from Orlando, Florida, representing the O, and I'm in your Pro Wellness category. I'll also be on stage with you guys this weekend celebrating my birthday, and I can't wait. Let's go!
Wellness Pro, was it 41 or 46? I forget.
41 in purple. She had the black and purple hair as well.
So now that she's won her pro card, because this is a tested organization, she's very likely getting drug tested right now.
Yeah.
They don't let you leave the building until they got some of that
Yeah.
gold. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's a big deterrent for a lot of people wanting to compete. They don't want to compete against people who are enhanced by any shape or fashion.
Yeah.
OCB is very strict and very adamant about keeping the natural.
There you go.
So you are subject to a polygraph. You are subject to random drug tests, as well as drug test when you win as well. So
Talking about an even playing field,
Yeah.
because all bodybuilders, natural or enhanced, have a lot in common as far as the training, the diet,
Sure,
the discipline, the
sure.
vision. But the enhancements make a difference. So being able to compete on a more even playing field is huge.
Yeah, for sure, it's huge.
And I know personally, I don't know that I would have gotten into bodybuilding were it not for natural organizations.
Yeah,
You
man.
know, it's just you
Yeah.
can't relate to these other physiques, or at least I was not able to relate to these other physiques on stage. But in this space, you get to see similar physiques and higher that are all within reason attainable. That just you become more of an advanced athlete. You get mentors. You learn more, and you keep up in the ante, and you can accomplish incredible things and have longevity.
And there's no for my summation, there's no credibility when it comes to the look test, right? You think about, sometimes people like to say, oh well, he looks like he could be.
Yeah.
There isn't, but there's there's a flip side to it. It is, there is a flip side to it. I think enhanced. Even though you can't say, hey, this person is. A lot of people try to say that about, like, for instance, I don't know. Have you seen Marcus Harris when he's like shredded all the way down? Like, sometimes it's like, wow, but until you know what an athlete's actually doing to get there. So I don't know, but then sometimes you can look at a guy and be like, hey, that guy is totally, or that lady is, I don't know, it's sometimes it's
And people will
kind of a
say,
slippery slope there.
The natural organizations, OCB is one of the most reputable out there as far as deterring, drug use. They have there with the Hall of Shame or whatever is the Wall of Shame, where anybody that's been caught they have their photo up on the website and everything. So they have a lot of deterrence, but some people will always have something to say and be like, oh, this person. But at the end of the day, it's a more even playing field than not. Then there's just the integrity of it, like the kind of person who would not be honest and do this. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. And that's why I mentioned Marcus, because like, he and I, we worked together. I actually helped coach him. And just to see some of the online stuff that he was getting, and like,
the hate.
It's just like, it's kind of sad when people like can try to judge an athlete off of like, oh well, you can't be natural because you're too lean. It's like, dude, you don't even know the depths of where you can take your body naturally, and most people don't know.
It's a mental game, and I personally welcome it. I used to stray away from it. I personally welcome it. We are getting ready to welcome our wellness pros to the stage.
Pro Wellness.
So,
alrighty,
here,
ladies and gentlemen, put on your 3D glasses right now.
The tans are looking exceptional on these pros.
And let's bring out
I
all
think it's a
those
good
lovely ladies.
To point out that the tan
for
is
Pro
part
Wellness.
Of the
Oh yeah.
For good reason, because it equals out. Ooh, look at these legs.
It's almost mandatory. Yeah. There is a difference, and you'll see a difference in the physiques, in the shape of wellness pros versus wow.
We're all
and it's a full class too.
Yeah, there for that cash money. I done told you.
Yeah.
And this
all
is
right,
the first pro category.
DJ, let's bring that music
so
down just a little bit.
In history books as the first
there
pro.
There we go, perfect.
First one was pro.
Who's standing out to you?
Light blue and white. Is that what that is? Or silver?
Welcome to the stage, ladies.
Right next to each other?
Yeah,
me too.
Show of hands, this is your first pro show.
I'd like to give a personal shout out to number 44, Miss Vanessa Reed.
There she go in the beautiful blue.
She's one of our seasoned competitors.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, she does everything. She's actually nationally qualified in the NPC.
Is she really? Wow.
She's done it all, man.
Get a good look at
she's
you
done
from
it
the front.
all.
And she's one of those competitors that hard work, shows. It shows.
She does not take an off season.
All right, ladies, quarter turn
not
to your
that
right.
I've seen. She's very, very dedicated. It's a lifestyle, for real.
All right, so we're getting into it.
She always has really good adductor development. I'd be looking forward to the back poses so we can get into the next and
quarter turn to your right.
The details, y'all. The details, they matter. Wow.
Yep. Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting.
I think the two at the end still stand out, but
Yeah.
Vanessa's holding her own
Yeah.
for sure. Again,
I think the one in the looks like, is that white or purple?
Yeah,
it's
second,
like
second,
a white.
second to the left.
We'll call
Yep.
it silver. How's that? That
Yep.
work?
Yeah,
Silver.
her.
Second to the left, she immediately stands out.
She does. You know, she's shaping up to be, you know, the
Ooh,
full
Look at the quads on the one on the end.
the full package
Yeah.
of
Quarter turn to your right.
of what they're looking for in this category.
And again, all of these women look incredible. These are
Yeah.
not people you find on
All
the
right,
street.
we're going to move you
or at
guys
the mall.
around just
These
so the
are
judges on our left get a good view of the right
but
and vice
once you're up
versa.
against other athletes,
This
you
has
know,
nothing to do with places.
you start to really see who
Competitor
stands
number
out.
38, competitor number 95, switch places.
I want to see
And
how they
right now
cross
they're
each
just
other.
moving competitors around.
Let me tell you a little bit about that. There's when
Someone's
I
gonna be
was in,
showing
in
insurance
bodybuilding
cards.
a little bit, they always said for the
Better
ladies,
get
like you
Geico.
want to walk in front of your competition.
Competitor number
so you could
42 and
showcase your
47,
physique.
switch
So what we
places.
just saw there was a little standoff where they both had to cross each other, and it was like, no, I want to be in front of her. No, I want to be in front of her, and they
Yeah.
neither one gave up. That was fun.
43 and 44, switch places.
Hey.
Yeah, right now they're just swapping competitors so all the judges can get a fair view.
That's
All
true, 'cause
right,
the
ladies,
panel
quarter turn
runs
to your
almost
right.
the length of the stage. Yeah. And again, back to my statement about how like the posing
Quarter
is
turn to
actually
your
rather
right.
awkward. Who makes it look natural?
And same thing. The
Yeah.
two on the right.
42,
Yeah, two on the right are standing out.
42 just stands out
Vanessa
to me.
Reed's
for sure.
hamstrings always popping out.
Yeah, this is a tough. It's a tough
Quarter
class.
turn to your right.
I do feel that Silver has her back posed down better. Her waist looks so small. I think she's leaning
Yeah.
over a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it's really favoring her waistline looking smaller.
She's showing her pro acumen here. This is why
There's a
she's a
word I
And
pro.
the posing is a
Quarter
little
turn
bit
to your right.
different between the ladies, but
When they turn around again, I ask that everyone pay attention to their posture. I found that again, Silver in the second to last over here on the right, she pushes out more, but that brings her waist in.
Competitor number
and
42 and
really,
95, switch places.
Captures the wellness look from the back. I think.
And I'm going to make an assumption here. You know, potentially number 42, maybe she started as a bikini athlete. You know, it looks like she has that
42
that
would be the
frame.
silver.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
of like
38
a
47,
former
switch
bikini
places.
athlete that just kind of pushed the limits of her
That's interesting.
capabilities for her to build muscle
See
mass.
that they're keeping these two together, so
Yeah, they can't get rid of them.
potentially, it looks like they're in the similar
90,
grouping.
95 looks great too.
Quarter turn to your right.
Shoulder cap's really nice and bubbly.
Yes, she does. Yeah. 44 is man.
That's a
I
nice
really
job.
think-
That's a nice job on the pan.
44 looks
Yeah.
really, really
Ladies.
good as well.
You really see
Quarter
it.
turn to your right.
And notice the back to stage presence. Nobody's looking like they're stressing. You gotta
Yeah.
make it look easy. All right. Oh, girl on the far left, her waist looks. I wish you could see this.
Okay, now we get a little closer look.
Yeah.
Quarter turn to your right.
Not a single one
Yeah.
has had a misstep in those heels. Wow.
One more quarter turn.
Yeah, I like 95. Yeah, she looks good.
95 is for the audience watching. The blue.
44
She
95,
is
switch
the
places,
dreads
please.
up to her. Yep,
Okay,
there,
okay.
the one that just moved. Hey.
Okay.
So here's my top four. 44, 95, 42, and the number
What
light
colors?
blue.
Light blue.
Light
So I got silver, light blue.
Quarter turn to your right.
44, who's the darker blue, and then in the middle is white. I got her as well, 95.
As what? for
As
her?
the top four.
Top four.
It's my top
Okay.
four.
Quarter turn
Yeah,
to your
no,
right.
I see that. Yeah. And I
So-
think it's because they have a balance. Like those
Yeah.
ladies have the most like muscle definition, like
Yeah.
especially the harder to
But then
get.
I like the one in the red too. Her
Yeah.
not sure what her number is, but
Well, she
with,
changed her posing. The lady in silver changed her back pose a little bit. Her waist
Oh,
is
yeah,
looking
I
about,
see.
It's looking about the same as everyone else's. But at
Quarter
a
turn to your
at
right.
a certain time, it was looking smaller. These are the details, man. This is
Because
why they keep moving them.
just with the posing in the back pose, just for the audience watching, when you get into that pose and you push against your quads, it brings your
One more
hips
quarter turn.
forward towards the judges, which well, your glutes forward towards the judges, which makes your waist look smaller. So that's what she's doing there. It's a posing game.
Yeah. The trick. It's always more awkward than it will ever look. You know, like in your mind.
Number
doing this little
43 and
contortion,
47
but it's
switch
also
places.
serves a function. And you know, pink at the end is really tightening up.
Yeah.
A lot.
And
like
as they're posing in there, they're posing these girls. You'll see them swap them back and forth just to get a view and to see how they look in different poses.
Quarter turn to your right.
Yeah, pink is really tightening up. Her legs. Yep. Shoulders. Yep.
Quarter turn to your right.
Yeah, none of these ladies are out of place. That's what a pro class will do. I also want to add how hard it is to stay right for this long. It's 1:30 almost, you know what I mean? These ladies have been here since this morning and they're still holding their physiques.
Right.
That's really difficult. It's
Quarter
much
turn to your
easier
right.
to start your day off fresh and manipulate it for a few hours than it is to like negotiate the whole day.
And especially on show day, your composition can change. Your body composition can change every 5 minutes, depending on what you're eating, what you're drinking.
One more quarter turn.
Light blue is winning a little over for me from 42 now.
I think the one on the
ladies couldn't make it easy. All you did your homework, so it's
light
gonna make
blue
it
and
tough.
42
So we're gonna have you up there
are
for a
fuller,
minute.
so
We're
they
gonna
have
make sure we get it right. All right.
You know, the upfront
bear with us.
wellness look, as opposed to the other ones. But the other ones fit in the category as well. Just a little smaller here, a little bit more lean here. But I think the total package is going to be 1 and 2.
Yeah.
My personal opinion.
I just can't see which one is first and which one's second.
Yeah.
Like it keeps kind of shifting.
They're gonna move around.
Let's go quarter turn to the right.
Yeah, I know, right? They're trying to figure it out too.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang.
And a lot of it is posing as well. If you look at the way the top, well, not top two, the ones on the left, the light blue and the silver, the way they're posing, even in their side pose or the front pose, they're still showing you can see their left shoulder.
Yeah.
They're pushing their glutes out so you can see the
This is a
shape
good view.
better.
Vanessa Reed has a wonderful waist there, and our girl at the very end has a smaller waist. It's all these things get factored in.
Yeah, man.
You know?
And then 42, her she's just got really good charisma and her transitions and her presence up there. I think also is working in her favor.
And
her
one thing
smile and all that good stuff.
One thing we want to remember, we do, as ladies competing, we do want to hold our midsections.
Yes, or
be mindful of the midsections.
Yeah.
Even during transitions, especially during transitions.
And what that means is keeping your core tight.
It's a slight vacuum effect rather than just a flat,
You made
of the
it
stomach.
tough. All right, we're gonna spin you around. I hope you don't get dizzy.
Wow.
All right,
Look
quarter
how
turn to the
hard
right.
her midsection is. Like, this is really good.
I think the one in silver is starting to fade slightly.
The one at the end?
Yeah, her midsection is starting to fade slightly.
She's
at
breathing
least from
a little hard.
Yeah, at least from my vantage point.
You can see her
and
breathing.
I think she started off just posing really hard.
Yeah.
And that
Quarter turn to the right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Blue is really leading a little more for me. Her core is almost getting tighter, but it's still soft enough for wellness.
Yeah, so she's posing, I would say she's posing the entire time at 80, 70, 80%. Like I advocate, but yeah.
And silver in the middle is just a gorgeous back pose. Like everything about that is just.
Quarter turn to the right.
And her cut is different. Her suit cut is different, but it's working for her. Normally for the pros, you want that micro cut, but silver has a bigger cut, let's say.
And one more quarter
cut,
turn
and
as
it's
the
still
crowd
not
goes
detracting from her
wild.
physique. Yeah. Everybody has their strengths. One thing nobody's neglecting is shoulders out there. So y'all, that's a bodybuilder team.
But check it. How does our new pro
And they should
fit
go
in
wild
there?
because this is an excellent
it's
pro
hard to-
wellness class.
I'm gonna be
Congratulations
honest.
to all
She
for all the
would
work you put into this.
It does depend
All
on.
belong on
I'm
the
gonna be
stage.
honest. It
Ladies
does
and
depend on the
gentlemen,
lineup.
this is the pro wellness division.
Looking at this lineup, because they're so similar in terms of being in
Y'all
softness,
make some noise
she would stick
for
out
our
like a
wellness
sore thumb, which would be a
bros.
bad thing in her lineup.
Yeah.
But because she was so advanced, so much better than
All right, ladies, stay
the
real
other
close.
amateurs,
We're gonna let
she
you
stuck out in a
regroup
good way.
while
But
the
because this is a
judges
pro stage, they're
are
a
gonna
lot more nitpicky.
tally their scores.
I think if
All
she was prepping for this, I would
Let's bring
soften
that
her up
down
a little
just
bit more,
bit.
and she would fit right in with
Yeah.
the top
All
two.
right,
women.
ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my favorite
But if she was up there
categories.
now-
This is called
Yeah.
I wish y'all could
Transformation
see right now. The
category.
women are not very different from the men, and they were posing
Let's bring
hard.
that music
They
down
are
just
currently
a little
being
bit.
fanned by the expediters because they're trying
I'm
not
gonna
to
read
sweat.
you
So from our vantage point, we can see
a
that
story
the expeditors are
by Mr.
fanning them to
Dr.
keep them cool.
Shanae Jones.
It's a hard sport, y'all.
The posing is hard work.
The moment where you're supposed to be the cutest, freshest, most photogenic is when you're the most falling apart. You know what I'm saying?
Like you in the library.
Oh, snap.
All right.
Snap, snap, snap.
This is my first competition. The best feeling is getting my body stronger and leaner. And the most challenging is following an eating plan and resisting temptations. I plan to eat some delicious carbs right after this competition.
Plan on eating some food in just a second, man. Where's
I
the
feel
food at,
another
bro?
competition coming
What's
soon.
up, man?
Thanks to Dr. Daphne Tucson
Where's the food
This is
at?
her
for
first
introducing
competition?
me to, and convincing me to sign up,
I was
as
gonna
well as
say.
Brittany Harris for being so supportive and excited that I'm up here today. Well, for transformation, I've always been the big girl. The
That's our
fast
transformations
one.
challenge coming up.
Whatever you want to insert here.
I love this
I've
category.
always been
So
super
young.
active, ate normal portions of food, but I was just big. I spent most of my life trying so hard to lose weight, and nothing worked
I love transformation.
to get me
y'all.
past 30 pounds successfully. The self-hate was so real, I couldn't
Yeah, so I
stand
guess
looking at
what they're
myself in the
discussing,
mirror.
not I guess,
I
but
got pregnant
what they
in
are discussing currently
2014.
is
I developed some serious
the
complications,
transformation
and I pray to
of
God
Dr.
that if He got me
Shermnay
through anything,
Jones.
I will finally get my health together.
So
I
she's
had my
just kind
baby
of
prematurely, but we both
talking
made
about
it
some of the
through,
things that
and
she's had to
absolutely
endure
amazing.
through her journey.
My all-time high weight was
It's been a lot.
370 pounds.
Wow.
370
I
pounds being
spent
her highest
6
weight
370
years,
is a lot of
6
work.
years
Yeah.
trying to lose weight via diet and exercise alone. I worked with different trainers,
Yeah, so it
tried
seems
all
like she's
kinds
had
of
some
eating plans,
health
and
issues
none
as
of it
well
worked.
on that
I
journey,
even
but she's just
discovered that PCOS
been able
and
to
lupus
overcome
would
it.
not
Woke up this morning to somebody in a video talking about something I posted in a video. If it wasn't me, then would you even get offended? Or is it just because I'm black and heavy, y'all don't hear me though? I've been the same since I've been driving slow on Bissonnet. Call up anybody I know and they will tell you that fame is pretty new, but I've been used to people judging me. That's why I move the way I move and why I'm so in love with me. I'm used to feeling alone, so I thought that I'd let you know. In case nobody told you today, you're special. In case nobody made you believe, you're special. I will always love you the same. You're special. I'm so glad that you're still with us. Broken, but damn, you're still perfect. Could you imagine a world where everybody's the same and you could cancel a girl cause she just wanted to change? How could you throw fucking stones if you ain't been through a pain? That's why we feel so alone. That's
I
why we
choose
feel
to
so
make myself
And
a
counting.
priority in life that is jam-packed with being a mom, a dentist, a coach, an entrepreneur, a managing medical condition, doing it alone.
Does it all.
And I'm very proud developing my progress in this fitness journey.
Go ahead,
My
girl.
prayer is to inspire current clients, future clients, and anybody else that hears this story today. I don't know what's going on. I'm here. Y'all make some noise for Dr. Shanae Jones.
Hey, Shanae Jones.
Incredible.
Dr.
170
Shanae Jones.
That's a whole person. And again, it's something that you can't really purchase. Like she had to do the work day in, day out.
Can't skip it, can't fast forward it. Her highest weight was 370 pounds. She has a
Come here, girl.
70
Getting
pound
after it,
weight
too.
loss. So she's
Y'all make some noise for Dr. Shanae.
And she's still having fun. Like a lot of people, they beat themselves up into lifestyle skating, but she's just celebrating her life and herself, and that's incredible.
All right.
It's happening in private. Nobody would know otherwise, except for close friends.
All right, before we go on, somebody did lose their credit and debit card. Gwendolyn McCraney. Do we have any Gwendolyns in the house?
That's nice.
That was me.
Right?
Going
Everybody reach for
once?
their
No, I'm
pocket.
just kidding. Okay, if you see Gwendolyn, her card's up here. Okay, we're going to bring out those lovely ladies. So we're going to start it off with our pro wellness. We're going to start it off with competitor number 95, Tamara.
Ooh.
Hailing all the way from my city, Orlando, Florida. She's a personal trainer, done prep coach in March 2022, and she's been hooked ever since.
All right.
She earned her pro card right here at the Captain's Cup.
Oh, snap. Hey.
You can turn that DJ up.
Oh, I love the fit of her top. I don't normally see
Strut
tops
yourself.
like that. Usually
Tamara,
they're
let's
cups.
get it.
I know y'all don't care, but I do. There's a lot of little details, and she's the one that I mentioned had a more conservative cut to her bottom, but when she turns around, it doesn't hide anything. You can still see her glute hamstring connection, like her tie there. That needs to put her on. But it doesn't detract from her.
Looks great.
Yeah. She would like to
Very
thank
good
God,
looking.
her
I think with
husband,
wellness being a
kids,
relatively
and coach,
new
and family
division,
and friends.
only about 3 or 4 years old at this point, I think it's going to take maybe another 3 to 4 years to clearly define what
Get
wellness
loud
should
for
look like.
Tamara, y'all.
But I think these
Yes,
women
sir.
up here, these pro women fit the bill, or as close to it as possible.
Oh, coming to the stage, we've got competitor number 42,
Is this a
Kristen Townsend.
Oh no, it just looks different from this angle right now.
Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, this is her second bodybuilding competition ever.
You know, I think I saw her at the.
She loves the
GBO.
support from family
Remember
and
there was
friends,
that one
and
wellness
she
group
loves her sweets.
at the GBO. Atlas in Texas. There's one wellness competitor, and she could be it.
Crushing it.
That was just stood out. Wow.
What's her name?
Very Kristen.
Oh, okay, Kristen. Okay.
Wow.
She's 42 years old.
Yeah.
Talk about bodybuilding anti-aging.
Yeah.
It's the best remedy you can take.
Wow.
Best remedy.
Absolutely, that bone does. Yes, girl.
Take care of your body.
Yeah, y'all can get louder than that.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
Girl. Absolutely.
Little women's physique right there.
That little bit, yeah.
Figure.
Get it. Hey.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a tremendous
Make
passer.
some noise for Kristen.
Wow, 40, what now?
42.
All right.
Wow.
It's a
And
Coming
very
in
good-
from
very
Staten
good look
Island.
for the category, for the division.
We got Samantha Lineog.
wow.
And make some noise
She's looking really
because she's
much
one of our
farther now.
heroes
That's
tonight.
great.
Another one
First
of these.
responder,
Wow.
police officer in New York City Police Department.
Okay. All the way from New York.
Look at that glute from the side, absolutely.
She won her pro card
She would like to
last
thank her
month.
coach Mike and family and friends.
Wow.
I see why.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, she's my front runner. I really like the previous competitor, but something about how she's.
Oh, he
kinda
had to
styling
play
it a
that
little
for
bit.
you.
Tightening up is, it's tough, but I see it.
She looks great.
Yeah.
Her midsection still holding.
Make some noise for Samantha.
38.
Nice and full.
How about that?
Shoulders are nice and capped.
Yep. That's
We've
very
got competitor
athletic.
number
Her whole build is super
43,
athletic.
Monique.
Hey, Monique.
She's coming in from Arizona, registered
wow.
dental hygienist. She started competing last year in
I like
2023
her stage walk.
and finishing up
You know, they
cancer
always
treatment.
say,
Y'all make some noise for
Wow.
that.
don't rush your time on stage.
That's what's up.
She has very good stage presence.
Yep. She's not rushing. It looks very natural. Oh, yeah.
Man, she competed in a show
That's right,
The
last
day after
August
her
was her last chemo
treatment.
treatment. Y'all make some noise. That's amazing.
Wow. Beautiful. Look at their back detail. Hey, girl. Living her life. New lease on life, living the life.
I think there's something to say about
Great
putting your
job,
time, energy,
Monique.
and effort into something like bodybuilding, where you have to be consistent to be
Oh,
successful.
yeah. Bringing it down home in Jacksonville, Florida. It's competitor number 44,
I've had the pleasure
Vanessa
of sharing the stage with
Reed.
Miss Vanessa Reed. And wow, she is just
You can crank that music up a little
so
bit,
elegant.
Jazz.
and
Yeah.
always conditioned.
She's a mortgage QC auditor and started competing in 2012 with her husband, Sherman Reed. Y'all make some noise for Vanessa.
They are a dynamic duo in support of each other.
I think Mr. Sherman Reed should be in the audience supporting Vanessa Reed. And she is one of, Gloria was saying, one half of the bodybuilding couple that competes. They compete a lot.
She's got 3 more competitions in 2024.
At least.
But you can tell that she's a bodybuilder in that nothing is neglected. She trains everything, and it shows.
Traditional bodybuilder, avid, writing, recording, training sessions. They even record how many training sessions they've had for the year. I think they're up to like 44 for the year so far, which is very, very.
Make some noise for Vanessa.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Coming to the
physique, like, she's
stage,
just-
we've got
Right.
South Carolina's own Hope
The question
Ashford.
is she wellness?
Is she wellness? Yep.
Y'all make
And,
some noise
and
for
that's why
Hope.
it matters what you compete in, what category. Ooh. This is one of our ladies that was tightening up throughout the lineup. Like
She
her
said she
ran
loves
thing
cooking
we talked
family
Yeah, I like the
meals
gloss
that
on
she
her.
couldn't
I
eat.
like the gloss on her.
But yeah, I love how her
That's
stomach
some
is
true
looking
South Carolina cooking right there.
washboard without being etched. That is a very hard thing to do. No body fat on that waist, but also not etched in abs, and that's very interesting. I'm wondering how
Yes.
she even accomplishes that from a training perspective. Is it more body weight stuff or?
She would like to thank her daughter Chloe
But yeah, the gloss is
for being
perfect.
her first coach and her husband for putting up with all the food moves. I like that. Food moves.
47.
47.
Isn't that crazy?
Very great shape.
And the legs are more wellness than bikini for sure. Something else to note is I'm almost certain she's a mom or has had kids, and none of that has to detract from you in bodybuilding.
None of it. Not age, not size, not,
All
history.
right.
Just do the work.
So
and-
judges, just to
Be
make sure
consistent.
we're calling out the top 3, correct?
So not top 5 or 4.
All right.
So who's
So
gonna take that third?
we are calling out the top 3. Ladies, please listen out for your number. I need out here competitors. Number 42.
There it is. Vanessa Reed. No?
No,
Oh,
40.
this one.
Vanessa, I think, is 44.
Oh, okay. Can't see
42.
very well.
And then we have
Competitors number 38.
38.
Yep, no
light blue.
surprise with 38. But
Light
who's
blue.
taking the third
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one.
And competitor number 47.
Oh. Fascinating.
Interesting.
But again, she's got the upper body, the stomach is.
All right, ladies, if you could, there's a blue line
Gloria,
in
as
the
you
back.
pointed out, as
There
the more
you
they
go.
posed him, the harder she became. So she dried out a little bit more,
And if you look
Yes.
now, audience, what you
All
can see,
right.
that's a really nice screen. You
All
guys are
right,
getting
we're
a
giving
good
out
visual.
some money.
Hot dang.
Some moolah.
Beautiful ladies.
Money, money, money. Here we go.
Yeah, this is wellness.
Who
See,
we
in the
taking?
amateur
Who we
and
taking?
the amateur division, you win
I want to
the pro card. In the pro division,
Baby blue?
Yeah, I mean, I
Right.
love silver, but I think baby blue has
Yeah.
a nice balance between hard and
Yeah,
size.
yeah.
It's tough.
I'm gonna
I
go
think-
with 42.
42
one?
is silver in the middle.
It's in the middle, yeah.
yeah.
All right.
I mean,
well,
I
an
can pick blue,
executive
but I'm just
decision
gonna,
was
I'm gonna
made.
go with the baby blue for some
I think
So,
yeah.
Who
she's
we
a little bit
also
better.
need out here is competitors number 44.
Yep.
There it is.
Vanessa Reed. Yep.
She has to be top 5. She
Yep.
just has to be.
And competitor number 95.
Good.
I just noticed the pink lady's hair. She's got a really elegant updo with her micro threads. Not that many people care, but I do, and I want to give a shout out to
All right.
We're speaking to
Now
our
we're
female
gonna be
athletes.
calling
So.
out the top 5. Here we go.
Very diverse.
And it's
group of
important. It helps
Fifth
keep the hair
place.
out of her face as well.
Showcases her back development. All the
Take
things
that
we
over
work
to
with.
competitor number 44, Vanessa Reed.
Top 5
nice
win.
job.
She's just so conditioned. She's a great athlete, but maybe not wellness.
And just to point out, she is a pro in several different divisions as well. So,
In 4th place, take that over to competitor number 95, Tamara White.
it's a good job.
In 3rd place,
This is going to be
take that over to competitor number 47, Hope Ashford.
okay. So we're back down to wow.
My personal favorite is Silver, but she started losing her midsection during towards the end of posing, so I'm not sure what the judge's choice
Oh,
was.
yeah.
The judges are like more, they're favoring.
Now, the last two,
Conditioning.
from what I heard,
That's why I
is
think
a
they
1-point difference.
I
Yep,
can see
very
that 1
close,
point. They're too
very
close.
close.
Ooh, that gives me chills down my spine.
What a beautiful class. Look at this lady.
In 2nd place,
Oh my. Clutching my
take that
pearls.
over to competitor number 42, Kristen Townsend. So that means our first place winner
Very-
for tonight
1 point
is
difference.
competitor number 38,
1 point difference.
Wow.
Samantha Lina.
And she should be proud. You know
This
what
is
I'm
a
saying?
very
Like,
good job.
oh,
Very good job. And I think it was very close. And I think the
golly,
posing made the
Give a big
difference.
shout
I
out to
believe.
Mind Muscle
believe.
Pro for sponsoring this right here.
Yeah, I
and
believe
awarding the
posing,
winner.
The posing made the difference. Towards the end, that's why you have to practice your posing.
Riveting.
In prep, you have to practice weeks and weeks out.
And the thing of it is, too, you know, some people are sore losers, some people are good sportsmen. Everybody on this stage deserves to be on this stage right now and needs to continue if they care about the sport.
Y'all make some
In
noise
this
for our
sport,
amazing
you
pros.
cannot take the L's personally.
Top 5 is
because
a big thing.
It's
It's
a
a
huge feat.
big thing in
you
on the
can't
pro
take
stage.
the L's personally because at the end of the day,
All
you're
right,
different.
let's just get the
Different.
top
And
3
it's the
up there.
So
Thank you,
like,
ladies.
wow.
Make some noise for Tamara and Vanessa.
I wonder what the cash prize
We're going to
is.
take a quick picture of the top 3.
There you go. Wow. Wow. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's a great class. Look at that.
All right.
Pro wellness.
And let's just get one of Samantha up there.
Wonderful.
Great job, Hope and Kristen.
One of the things I think about often is like, you know, our show physique is like our leanest. So when these ladies are in their improvement season, it's just the
I can
proportions
finally
are
say New York's
something else.
finest.
Travel all the way from New York, more than likely on the plane, and it changes your, the water loading, the salt
Representing.
loading, and
Represent my
production of
hometown,
food, being tired. And,
New York City,
she
baby.
did a great job.
Thank you.
Great job.
A winner.
That
Well
was
deserved.
tough.
Well
All
deserved.
right,
pro win.
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get ready for the next block. So we're going to take a quick 30-minute break, get you all situated, make sure you get to the bathroom. And we're going to bring out the next block with awards and T-Walks.
So proud of you. Doing it all, Mama. Doing it all. Vanessa Reed just walked by and she's just still holding it, keeping it tight. I mean, it just never relaxes that physique. She's always on point.
And this, for the audience watching, bodybuilding shows usually don't start until March. So this is more than likely a lot of the first show.
I'm jumping in here because this sponsor here is American Dream Nut Butter. I'm kind of a huge fan of American Dream Nut Butter. Matter of fact, you can use my discount code Diesel. Get 10% off your order.
Here we go.
I'm telling you, whether you're in bodybuilding or not,
desserts. One of my favorites are like mashed potatoes, chocolate and pro tip, because it's,
This is so good.
Mixed emotions, heart still open, though we're far apart. I get this feeling, I wanna be where you are. I wanna be where you are. I wanna be where you are. I get this feeling, I wanna be where you are. I wanna be where you are. I wanna be where you are.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you are waiting for your competitor that was in Block A, they're going to be out in the lobby. They're going to be out in the lobby. So if they competed already, they're going to be out in the lobby. We got to make room for Block B.
Check, check.
And you could cancel a girl cause she just wanted to change. How could you throw fucking stones if you ain't been through a pain? That's why we feel so alone. That's why we feel so ashamed. I'm used to feeling alone. So I thought that I'd let you know. In case nobody told you that you're special. In case nobody made you believe. El tiempo puedo robar, el cielo puedo amar, nada no quiero. No quiero que me aproveches, no hace que tú me hagas. Woke up this morning to somebody in a video talking about something I posted in a video. If you recommend, would you even get offended or different just because I'm black and heavy? I don't get me though. I've been the same since I've been dropping songs. Call up anybody I know and they will tell you that fame is pretty.
Hi, my name is Hope Ashford. I'm from Lexington, South Carolina. I attend New Body Fitness, where I train under Jimmy Beach.
Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Townsend. I am from Virginia, and I compete with Team Gridiron. Shout out to my amazing coach, Justina Threadgill.
Happy show day. My name is Monique Russell. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and my coach is David with Team Nonstop.
Hi guys, my name is Samantha Lina. I'm from Staten Island, New York, and I'm competing in pro wellness.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Reed. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, and I will be competing in the Pro Wellness Division.
My name is Tamara White. I'll be coming to you guys from Orlando, Florida, representing the O, and I'm in your Pro Wellness category. I'll also be on stage with you guys this weekend celebrating my birthday, and I can't wait. Let's go!
Doing an amazing job. The group looks insane. I'm so impressed with some of these debut bodies. Like, holy crap. So I'm Lacey, this is Nick and Cheyenne, and we are with Mind Muscle Pro. We are your local nonprofit mental health organization out of here in Tampa. We do some really cool stuff worldwide though. So this is Nicholas Murray's brainchild. I'm gonna let him explain a little bit more about what Mind Muscle Pro is so that you understand a little bit about why we're here today.
Mind Muscle Pro is a combination of things, but what attracted us to Marcus and Britt in this particular event with natural bodybuilding is a lot of what we do is interview people that have done something that really inspires others, that have worked through difficult parts of their life to become stronger and happier and kind of shed that light on other people. We've found so many people today that fit into that category. And the energy in here is just this is just what we're all about is people doing healthy, happy things. And I'm going to leave it at that. Lacey, add to it.
What I think you miss from being at home is the energy of the crowd. You're getting a lot of people who are here to support their family, to support their loved ones. And if you've seen that transformation, there's so many different kinds of transformations that have happened for these folks to get on stage in the physique that they are physically, but there's also a place for mental transformation that's absolutely had to happen, right? So Cheyenne, could you imagine if you were training at the gym, you were trying to put on this mass, right? Like give me a little oomph. There you go. And then you're also on this insane strict diet that's shrinking your body at the same time, the kind of mental tug and pull. But to get to that place to say, I even want to do a show, you have to have a certain frame of mind, right? Because there's the discipline part of it. And one thing that we're connecting with on Mind Muscle Pro is there's always some form of self-discipline that has to take place for some of these mental transformations, right? Yes. I think that's one thing that we're trying to really connect with here is that mental transformation that some of these athletes have had to go through, whether it's like our wonderful transformative friend who's down 170 pounds. That's a person and a half. That's a grown man, right, Nicholas?
Absolutely.
Grown man.
Yeah.
How big would you be if you lost 170 pounds?
-20.
Oh, God, are you that little?
I'm 190 pounds.
Holy moly.
I'd be 20 pounds, actually.
You'd be 20 pounds? Okay, well.
So I'd still be there.
You'd still exist?
Little.
Man, holy moly. That's just incredible. But what kind of things do you have to go through? So, Cheyenne, would you ever do a competition like this?
I love cheering everyone on. I will take your video and I will cheer you on all the way. But it really is amazing to see just their reaction when they're on stage, and it's more of like they're proving themselves something. Like they're there for them.
Yeah.
And I really wish we could sit down and interview every single person that walks on stage because they all have such a powerful story.
Oh, they all have a story. They've all had to overcome something to be here. Now, I've been so impressed watching them when they're in the posing. The backstage, what you guys may not get to see is they're so intense that their bodies are shaking. They're shaking. That's how intently that they're posing. So it's a lot of something. Nicholas, I don't know. I mean, can you do any posing right now?
I hurt my earlobe earlier, so I'm gonna. I will say this though, if you're, we're people that go to the gym.
Yeah.
We're regular, we're avid gym goers. Let me not be modest, but we're not in bodybuilding shape, and we certainly haven't done. I'll tell you, just posing Have you ever done that in the mirror for a few seconds?
No.
You've never done this in front of the mirror for a little bit.
I totally have. I totally have.
Okay. It's that alone takes a lot of. I get wore out doing that. If I've done that in the past, I'm like, it's difficult. And a lot of these competitors are doing this over and over and over. It all does tie into the mental, which is, I think, the more amazing and difficult part. When it comes right down to it, the discipline, the motivation, the dieting, all of this stuff makes the person. The physical part of it is the smallest part of the change, and it's certainly amazing too. But
no, it is. I agree. The mental transformation is something that you can't judge. You can't see. They can't come in and flex. You know, they have to tell that story, which is what I loved with our transformation story was we got some backstory. To your point, Cheyenne, I would love to talk to all of these athletes and just to highlight like a snapshot. What's your backstory? How did you get here? What did you have to overcome to get to the stage today? Not even if you place as a winner, just to get on stage. Because I'm looking at the lineup, and there are people on the lineup that aren't here today. You know, so there's things that you have to overcome just to end up actually on this stage. You have to stick to your diet for a long time. You have to stick to your workout plan. You have to make it. And there's some mental things that have to happen for you to hit each one of those goals, right? Just me.
No,
yeah, right.
no.
And like the natural aspect of it, the natural part, they really had to stick to some strict guidelines to be here and to be on that stage.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Absolutely.
I didn't know that I was never a bodybuilder, but I used to be really into the physique part of things and really into having a real low body fat percentage, counting every calorie. I still do that sometimes, and then you kind of naturally learn how to weigh food without really weighing it after a couple years. But I didn't know this world existed, and it's something that when I was younger I definitely would have been interested in because it's a very different thing than people that are enhanced and using performance-enhancing drugs. This is, I don't know if I can say this, but the real thing.
Yeah.
This is all natural. What can I accomplish with my body with no foreign elements? So it's awesome.
And if you could, share just a little bit on your thoughts about some of these older men that are over 50. They're over 40. They're over 50. They're over 60. We had a 72-year-old man here competing. And for it to be a natural show, Nicholas, can you touch on why that's so impressive?
I'll tell you. So I'm a 43-year-old man now. Naturally what happens to us is our testosterone goes lower as we age. You know, some people go to a doctor and correct that if they have really low testosterone. But when you get up into those years, 50s, 60s, 70s, naturally you're going to be at a much lower place. It's just a natural part of life. So building muscle, especially lean muscle, keeping weight off, all of those things get more difficult. So when some of those guys, they had two 50-year-old guys walk on stage, I would have assumed they were a decade younger than me at least.
He was blown away.
At least. I kept saying it to the people next to me. I'm like, they're not 50. There's no way these two guys are 50. Phenomenal shape and the discipline, the mental fortitude. It's next level. This is. I'm a fan now, guys. This is how I feel when I go to a sports. You know, if I go to a football game, the energy that I'm feeling, I would have never thought. I've always respected bodybuilding, but I never would have thought I would come in here and be like at the edge of my seat and who's going to win. This is awesome.
This is really cool. And the natural aspect of it is I think what adds that something extra, right? Because to your point, it's attainable. To your point, some of these men are having to work so much harder because their natural testosterone levels are so much lower than they are in some other shows.
Absolutely. I mean, the guys that you're seeing in bodybuilding events that don't test, they're taking giant amounts of things. And hey, I'm not judging anybody. You know, I know guys that work hard and that are natural and some absolutely.
Still have to do the work.
But this is also something that I love because the example it sets for young people, because there's a lot of young people. I work out at gyms that I see a ton of young people. Should we be showing them what's attainable naturally, or should they be looking at just these guys that have, you know, taken giant amounts of things and, you know, a lot of times having terrible effects on their overall health and body, especially in the long run? These guys that are coming out tonight, they are absolutely phenomenal body, ripped people. This is who we should be looking up to. I look up to him. I wanted to leave earlier and go work out because I felt like I was standing up a little straighter. Oh my God.
What I love too is the community as a whole, because anyone shows up on stage and the whole crowd is going for them. It's a family here. Them being natural sets them apart from so many other bodybuilding competitions, and everyone here is a family, and I've really enjoyed seeing people come up on the stage and then everyone's cheering for them no matter what.
Yeah, I love that.
The camaraderie is great. This crowd is amazing.
It is.
That section we were in, I was like, what is this?
We have signs, we have blowhorns.
I mean, it was a sporting event.
Yes.
It was absolutely a sporting event
sure.
here. I wasn't prepared for that.
Me either.
I don't know what I was expecting, like spelling bee kind of crowd, like friends and family. But to your point, Cheyenne, it was every time somebody came out, that crowd went, yes, we are here and we recognize you as a group. It was really powerful.
What is your takeaway from today, both of you?
I'm going on a diet.
I'm gonna. Yes, I'm not even kidding. When I told you, I feel like working out right now. I feel like working out, and I work out a lot, but I feel like leaving right now. Doesn't it get your adrenaline pumping?
I'm like, oh man, poor me. Look at how it's because I'm like, oh, I could do that.
Yes.
I can do that.
So next year.
You're doing it too, right?
I'll be filming you.
Yeah, listen. Team activity, Mama Bear. So, but that's what I like about this. It's inspiring. You know, you guys know my story, but for you guys that don't, I'm down to roughly 60 pounds, and I would never, ever get on a bikini on stage in front of people. And I'm seeing these women in their 40s, in their 50s, and I'm like, and it's natural. And it's like, I want to go to the gym, and I want to strict up my diet, because it's inspiring, not because I'm self-conscious. And that's something that I think we lose a lot of, especially as women. No offense, Nicholas. Especially as women on social media.
Yes.
And seeing all these, what I love about social media now is you're seeing a lot of women come out and say, hey, here's my real photo.
Yes.
Here's a Photoshop version of that same photo. Beware what you see. So we battle that constantly. And gentlemen have that problem as well, right? Because anything can be Photoshopped these days. So to come here and see bodies moving, bodies walking, bodies of a different age group that are staying here, and you're like, that's obtainable on a natural level without surgeries, without diet pills, without any kind of steroid. It's very inspiring.
I don't know that I would have even, if I walked into this show with no knowledge of it, I would have assumed
a normal bodybuilding show.
That these are people that are enhanced. And they go immediately and do what, a urinalysis?
Immediately after they win.
And I'm very impressed. And this is attainable, realistic bodies, but this is a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
One of the judges asked me earlier, like, if you did this, what category would you want to be in? And I said, the category where I'm the only one in it, because I think I'd do really well at that. I think I'd have really good chances.
You would do excellent. That's right. No, it's a good plan, man. You just hope I don't come in there and pretend to be a man and compete against you.
One thing I love that Marcus said before is that these are veterans. These are, moms. These are dads. These are people who are working that 9 to 5, and they're like, this is for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to make an investment with time and energy, nutrition, to be the best person that I can be. And all of these people have an amazing story, and watching them accept the awards too has just been
that's been so emotional.
Yes.
The women and the men who they've earned their pro card from this event, and you just see like when they call second, and it's like the realization, like it's that split second later of, oh, it's me.
I know.
Oh, it's me. All that hard work was just,
The sportsmanship too. These guys are rooting for each other. They're you can see they're genuinely happy for each other. And I've seen a lot of
People who are not.
sporting events that aren't, where it's like, at the end of the day, these guys know that they've put in natural hard work, and that you respect that about each other and in general. So this is just a cool world.
Some of these women came off the stage after accepting their awards, and they were in a hug back here around the winner. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And I'm like, this is what it's about. People supporting people who showed that they have discipline and are putting themselves first in a natural way. And it's true sportsmanship.
Yeah. I don't know much about the bodybuilding community on either side, so I can't speak on
I know this is so new for us.
non-natural bodybuilding events. And I know a lot of people that do compete in bodybuilding that aren't natural. But I can speak on this community that they've built is absolutely, people are so welcoming here. The athletes are amazing. They're kind. They're supportive of each other. You know, they didn't mind that we're back here bumping into them a little bit. I mean, it's been awesome.
Everybody's really chill too. Like, so for folks that have worked events, sometimes it's a little crazy. It's backstage. Everybody's yelling. There's doing everything's so calm.
Yes.
Everybody's so to what you're saying is kind and respectful, and it's just a very nice flow of events. They're very organized. They're very professional here. And we haven't done a lot of bodybuilding competitions, the three of us, as far as being involved. This is the first one I've ever seen. Have you seen one, Cheyenne?
No, this is my first.
This is your first? Nicholas, you got friends. You ever go support your bros? Gym bro?
I've never been to any event like this. I mean, look, it is appealing, though. I mean, it always has been since the Arnold days. I grew up watching Arnold, and, well, look, that guy's not natural. I mean, but it was still this world that people are seeing what they can do with their bodies.
Pushing themselves to new
I've always
limits.
been interested in this kind of thing, but I will be at this next year and every year. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely a fan.
So both of you, coming from the perspective of people that are on stage, what has the gym done for you and your mental health?
Everything. I mean, I've told you guys, I've told you this a lot, and the reason that Mind Muscle Pro started, working out saved my life. It sparked a healing journey that took me out of a place that was very dark, and I'm always so thankful for working out and what it's done for me. And I know Lacey can relate to that.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I to my story earlier, just tagging on to that, coming from a place where, you know, I was always the heavy friend. I was always the third that wasn't as cute as the rest of them. And that's okay, but it does something to you mentally to be that person. And when you start to say, I'm tired of my own excuses, I'm tired of my own excuses, and you say, I don't want to live with regret of not knowing who I could be if I actually gave it my all and tried. You know, so it's this constant battle of going to be that person, to make who I used to be proud, to I'm tired, or my anxiety's up, or my depression's up. You know, it's this constant fight of who you're going to be. So when I go to the gym, I get that endorphin kick, right? I get that little bit of happy in there. But it also does something for your self-respect as an individual of, I'm not here to judge anybody else, but I showed up for me today. I showed up for me today. You walk out and you're like, okay, I'm proud of me. Whether you acknowledge that actually in your head or not, something happens in your brain that you feel accomplished.
Yes.
When you do the gym, when you hit your goals for my water goal is the hardest thing for me to make, in all honesty.
That is tough.
So that's that shouldn't be as challenging as it is, right? That should not be as challenging.
You said your water goal?
My
how much
goal,
water
how
you
much
consume?
Water I can drink. Like,
I can drink. You know, I don't drink anything but water and black coffee.
You're
I mean, once in a while,
Right. Yes.
Once in a great while, like if I go to a movie, I'll get a big, you know what Mellow Yellow is? They still have them. Remember Mellow Yellow? I'll get one of those, man.
I said, what's your guilty pleasure drink? He goes, Mellow Yellow. I was like,
I drink like 2 a year, but it's really good. In moderation, there's a lot of things. You drink a beer, you haven't had one in months. It's a good beer, man.
Good beer. It's got to be cold, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, what would you guys say to somebody who might look at these people and want to be on stage next year? What would you say to them to like get started, get out of bed, get in the gym? What's step one?
Start making healthy habits a part of your daily routine. Just if you normally, let's say, for example, you're a smoker and you have to go out on your smoke break every so often. Well, you know what? When you do that, take a water. Don't come back until your water bottle's finished. You know, like stack it. Now, I'm not advocating for smoking. Obviously, if you can switch that, instead of going on a smoke break, why don't you go and take a water break? And then come back and do that. But if you can start stacking habits or swapping habits out, and then it's not as hard to create new habits and put them in your routine. If you can replace bad habits with good ones, then all of a sudden you're moving through your daily routine as normal, but you're making healthier decisions.
And that can seem overwhelming at first because it's like
one at a time.
Oh my gosh.
That's the thing, though, that people don't realize about changing your life and getting to a place near fitness goals. You can do little teeny tweaks. You know, when I've trained people in the past, what everybody seems to do that's never done it before is they throw away everything that tastes good in their fridge.
Yeah, right.
They go to the grocery store and they send me pictures of their
Things
cart,
they've never
and it's
eaten before.
like all
Yeah.
broccoli.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing? And then they're like, I'm going to work out 17 times today, and you know.
They burn out so quickly. It's not
Absolutely.
maintainable.
It's if you can't sustain something, this all or nothing attitude when it comes to fitness, it's not realistic. And it's, dude, we're adults. We have jobs. We have kids. We have cat named Oliver. I mean, we got a lot going on. So it's you just add. A lot of people I've helped with weight loss, their first week was just walking 20 minutes each morning.
Yeah.
And that's very, very easy to sustain. I'm sorry, if you can't get up and walk 20 minutes, I'll come over to your house and yell at you.
Well, so I work with a lot of women who have anxiety through my social media platforms, and they have gym anxiety, and they have like, where do I start? What do I do? How do I get started? What is all this? And I have to drill it into them. It's a baby step. Choose one thing this week to really work on hard. Get feeling good about that. Then next week, once that becomes like, okay, I'm getting up in the morning, I'm drinking a bottle of water as soon as I get up, or maybe it's right after my coffee, but I'm getting that first bottle of water in every day, no problem. Then add something else. Maybe spend your lunch break going for a walk. Go on but just add a little bit at a time. Make one small, healthier decision today than you did yesterday. Because what you have to think about it is all of your habits, all of your choices, think of it like a dance. You're either taking a step towards your future, your better future, or you're taking a step back towards not the best version of yourself. So everything you do is a vote for or against the better version of you. So as long as you're putting in more votes that complement the best version of you, even if you have a couple of those things that throw you off, as long as it outweighs, you're still making progress. You got to go for progress, not perfection.
Absolutely.
I love that vote analogy. You always use analogies. It's so cool.
I do. I speak in fortune cookies.
We'll take it, Lacey. We'll take it. And also, I recommend having a friend along with you.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're the ones that are like, get out of bed
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
There are
I'm
days-
at your door.
No, my husband is the best version of that, guys, because there are days I'll be like, oh, it's my day to sleep, and he'll be like, I'm going to go to the gym. Do you want to go? And I'm like, yep. I was going to skip, but because you're going, I'm going to sit here and be awake and be like, I should have gone with him if I didn't go. Like,
so true.
So it is important. If you have somebody who will be an accountability partner for you, great. Take full advantage of that. We don't all have that. So learning how to be your own accountability partner, that looks like different things for different people, right? But learning how to be your accountability partner and not rely on motivation, right? Because motivation fades. You have to learn how to be disciplined. You have to learn how to go when you don't want to go. You have to learn how to eat the healthy stuff when you're like, man, I really want that Oreo. I really want that mellow yellow.
But see, Halo
I'm
Top
never
is a
giving
thing.
up my mellow yellow.
Nor should you.
Halo Top is a thing, and that helps, right, Nicholas?
Do you know Halo Top? Not to plug Halo or anything. Do you know they have the chocolate brand now?
They have everything now. Look, I think people think that I'm like, it's a lower calorie, higher protein ice cream. It's very good, but it's still not
Ice cream.
No, I mean, for me it is, but I think people are like, you eat that healthy ice cream, right? And I'm like, not really. A little
It's just
healthier,
it's just
but
not as bad for you. But
yeah.
again, that's that making a little bit better decision.
Hey.
So the Halo Top's a better decision than necessarily the highest fat content one, right? So it's those little things. I could never give up ice cream.
I tweak calories. Like if I can find something that, even if you look at your diet, I mean, you don't have to torture yourself to feel and look better. And now, that's the first step. Once you get into it and get your groove going, if you're anything like Lacey and I, you're gonna fall in love with it.
Yeah, the process.
Then
becomes
these people that we're seeing on stage at the Captain's Cup, that's people that have said, you know what, this is, I'm feeling this good. I'm going to go next level, and then we get to see the results that are just fantastic. I'm a fan. This is super cool to me. I'm excited. I didn't know what to think today. I thought, we're going to a bodybuilding event. I'm going to see like some oiled up dudes, and this has been awesome. This has been an absolute treat, and
Again, in the age brackets too. Like, it's never too late.
No,
it's never too late.
That's a really good point too. There's guys that, God, I thought were way younger than me. There's that 70-year-old guy that came out there. That guy was
He's
diesel.
built. He's jacked. It was so cool. I took a video because my dad's up there, and I'm gonna be like, look, buddy, check it out. Just need a little motivation. Let's go, because he's real fit. But I don't think people understand this is obtainable naturally. This is obtainable anytime in life, which is so, again, I think the theme today is absolute inspiration.
Yes.
Absolute inspiration.
A lot of these athletes, as we talked about before, have, they've endured a lot of struggle, some addiction, some post-traumatic stress disorder, you name it. Some people that just, got made fun of or bullied. And now, like, they're the star of the show. They're walking out there. That's what I see even more than the body. And I'm being dead honest when I say the energy some of these athletes have when they walk out, they have self-confidence. They're holding their heads up high, their shoulders are up, and they're saying, this is me. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of what I've accomplished.
Oh, they're having fun.
Yes.
And the control. They're so controlled. Every pose is so mechanical and perfect.
One of the judges was telling us people hire coaches specific to that, and it doesn't surprise me. Again, doing poses and holding them, that's not easy.
Right.
It looks like it's easy to just go in the mirror, like when you first work out and like you look better than you normally do, and that's easy. But what some of these athletes are doing is not. It takes stamina, it takes conditioning and practice.
And can we applaud the ladies for their amazing heels?
Holy moly, doing all that, like, and they're
Are they in heels out there?
They're in
I didn't even notice.
Like, I'm not looking at their feet.
I wasn't.
I mean,
I
could not walk.
Busted.
I could not walk across the stage, let alone be posing.
Oh, and some of them, they're up on this toe,
Yes.
right? So they're really just balancing on one. It's so impressive. And to the point, Marcus, who's hosting our show, he does posing classes all before this. So he'll do posing classes for athletes in the bodybuilding world. And I think that's so neat that it's this other skill set that has to be learned on top of the hard work.
I can't imagine what's racing through their mind every step of the way across the stage. So many emotions.
That guy's a beast. Dude, Marcus is.
Yeah.
When we interviewed Marcus, like when we were taking a picture with him, I'm like, God, I'm like a teeny little baby next to this guy. That guy's in phenomenal. Well, he used to compete in these. This is, and I love that he was a competitor, and now him and Britt have created this beautiful, now it's going to be an annual event because he's passionate about it. You can tell he cares about the athletes. He's been in their shoes.
Yeah.
It's
they want
kind
to
of
do
a
a
perfect.
good job.
Absolutely.
This show is something that I would highly recommend folks coming into and trying this experience. And it's something that you should come back to year after year because I'm telling you from being here today, and seeing how much energy and effort and care is in the show, it's going to continue to get better and better and elevate over and over, year after year.
Hey, he's a competitor. He's gonna.
Oh yeah.
Then, and you know, any of us that have that competitive streak, if we do something great, because this is great today, we're
How
like,
do we top
okay,
it?
how can we? let's figure this out. How do we add a little more weight on and push through another rep? And that's this show. I'll be at this every year.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
So when you both interviewed Marcus and Britt with My Muscle Pro, what did you learn from that? What was the heart behind this whole thing?
They're a power couple, first of all. That's
Good
a lot of
team.
people say power couple, and then you meet them and you're like, nah, neither of you are. Marcus and Britt are next level, and the cool thing about them is they both have strengths and they balance each other out.
They're very complimentary.
Listen, we've had other people in bodybuilding, regular bodybuilding, reach out to us at Mind Muscle Pro, and we didn't do anything with it because, first of all, it wasn't natural, and we just didn't feel connected. And not to say that there aren't people that we wouldn't connect with in that world. As soon as we got introduced to them, it was like, dude, we knew immediately, right? I mean,
well, with My Muscle Pro, right? So we're dealing with a lot of people who they have addiction that they're trying to overcome. They have addiction that they have overcome, and they don't need to get back into it. So that's another reason why this natural world is so important. Because I think to what you were saying, when you were younger, man, if you knew that natural competing was even an option, how would you have gotten involved in that? And the answer is maybe. But for folks that are struggling with a previous addiction or a current addiction, this is an outlet to do something healthy, but you don't have to go to steroids. You don't have to go to enhanced supplements. You don't have to go to this, which could trigger a backslide into other areas. So this is something that the world needs to know exists and is an option for men and women.
we're fitness people too, and we didn't know about it. I had no idea that there was that. I would have tried it, and I'm telling you, I think there's a ton of people in the world, especially young people, that if they knew that there was something that, evens the playing field, I don't have to put some foreign substance that I got from somebody behind my gym into my body or wherever. I think there's a lot of people. I'm going to promote this to everybody I know.
Yeah.
This is
Great option.
This is. I didn't really associate this with like when I go to a basketball game or a football game. I don't know why. I know it's a bunch of athletes, but I didn't think I'd be on the edge of my seat.
Right.
I'm like, this is.
Yeah. You're kind of choosing your favorites, and you're like, oh, that one, and then you're rooting for them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. And I love seeing, like you said, they just cheer each other on. It's a true community on and off the stage. It's been really great to see. Really fun. It's my first time ever, too, so love it.
You'll be a professional bodybuilder by
Hey,
next
just
year,
wait.
Cheyenne.
You guys just wait.
Cheyenne, before the show, I saw her doing one-handed push-ups out there. Cheyenne's
ready to go.
Have you ever seen her dance?
No. Yeah, I've seen her dance. She gets it.
I think we need to go dancing soon.
We going back to the show?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're getting ready to head back into the show. Thank you for hanging out with us during this
Let's bring that music on a
intermission.
little bit down. Ladies and gentlemen, how you feeling out there? Yeah, we getting ready for Block C. Oh, yes.
Let's see what we got going on.
All right. We've got classic physique teens. All right, let's bring all of these guys out here. Come on, make some noise for these guys.
Yeah, let's do it.
I take it back. We're in.
Oh, these are the young guys. Oh,
All right,
this is
fellas,
awesome.
do me a favor. Go ahead and spread out. Come on down over here. Yep, keep it spread. There you go. There you go. Good. Good. All right, what's going to happen is you guys are going to be going through comparison poses. You're going to be listening to Sly. What the judges are doing right now, they're just logging in the numbers. Can we get another big round of applause? Because these guys are the future.
of natural bodybuilding.
All right, judges. We've got competitors number 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 77. On your sheets, it shows class in A and B. This is one class. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one class. 93 is not in this class. All right, gentlemen, go ahead and all of you, one step to your left. I want to have that X between 72 and 73. That is perfect. That is perfect. I am definitely not used to seeing this many teams. Like you said, this is the future, so wow. This dude over here got a mustache and a beard. Man, you're not a teenager. Stop lying.
Right.
Stop lying.
My goodness, here we are.
All right, so go ahead and shout out loud and proud your ages. Start with competitor number 70.
Yep.
19.
Hey.
71.
Don't know if y'all can hear me too well.
17?
Can y'all hear me okay?
Good grief. Your voice.
Diesel Glory's back, and she's repping classic
voice
physique.
didn't even change
Look at
yet.
these guys.
72.
Man, and each person on stage
16.
is a different physique.
He said that loud and
but
proud.
as usual,
73.
look for the symmetry.
17.
Who has
Good grief.
equal
74.
development, top,
18.
bottom,
77.
front, back. Who has equal conditioning,
19.
top,
19.
bottom, front, back, all that.
Dude,
so
wow, that's
in my
crazy.
view, the gentleman at the end
looking bigger
with a
and
little bit of a
better
darker
nowadays.
tan, he stands out because even from that
All
distance,
right.
I can see his leg development. Actually,
Let's
the
do
guy
this.
on the other end
Gentlemen.
is also looking
Quarter turn to your right.
very, very good. Actually, I would say he's more classic. And our guys here, the other guys on the panel here, we were just talking about how, like, typically, believe it or not, in a lot
Quarter
of
turn to
sports,
your
in
right.
athletic sports, taller. But in the case of bodybuilding, shorter is typically better because your muscles look more dense, more compact. It's just, yeah. And so you can kind of see that with the guy at the end. His legs are looking meaty, and his upper body's looking well developed as well, as opposed to
One
some
more
of the other
quarter turn.
guys where maybe, 71 looks good.
Wow, with your back to the audience, I could
you hear
have
me?
sworn this was an open
Sure,
class,
surely
not the
can.
team class. This is good.
Surely can.
This is good.
Awesome.
Yeah, they're all so different. They're all so different.
You
So,
gonna be putting this to work.
yeah, they're
All right.
they're looking really, really good.
Yeah.
I like them.
Front double bicep.
I like it.
I'm really just trying to separate everybody because
Yeah.
they look so different.
It's I'll tell you this. One of the things that
Relax.
matters in classic
Gentlemen, to
physique
see
is
side
the ability to hit that vacuum.
Oh, yeah, we got to wait till we see that. We haven't seen
Yeah,
that yet.
yeah, and so it's something that it's something that comes along with practice. You know, practice makes perfect, and I think
Relax.
it's been shown that the best
face the rear of the
classic
stage.
physique competitors are the ones who can
See a
hit
rear
that
double
pose.
bicep.
You know, the best. So
And, of course, it's the pose itself. Wow, the second to last guy on the end has great development in his lower body. Look at his hamstring just jutting out. Back double bicep is beautiful. I will call out that, guys, just so you're aware, this is team.
Relax.
This is team classic physique.
Face the judges. Hands overhead, abs and quads.
That's wild, y'all.
It's very impressive. Arnold actually started off as a team, so
he did.
So to see a lot, the turnout for team classic physique is a big
All right,
thing.
relax.
You see it a lot in
Now
men's
here's
physique,
where it
but
gets
not so much
interesting. Let's see
here.
your pose, the pose that you thought would really wow the judges. Your favorite classic physique pose.
Wow. Oh, my gosh. The young man on the back, he really understands the assignment. That's that twisting double bicep. Then we've got a lot of victory poses. The guys in the middle are both hitting their own
Right.
variation
Yeah,
of a victory
yeah.
pose.
Relax.
Coined by.
Almost turned into a pose
Oh,
now.
gosh. Who?
All right.
All right, competitor number 70, competitor number 77, switch places.
Sergio.
No, not
70,
Sergio.
70, 70,
Frank
70.
Zane. Frank Zane.
Okay, Frank
Yeah,
Zane.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
yeah.
No worries.
Geeking out here in the background, yeah.
So it's hard
Now
to
you're
see
next.
numbers.
Competitor number
Yeah.
71,
Where we're sitting at.
competitor number 74, switch places.
But I think 74 there that's switching right now.
72,
He,
73.
74 has a really
Last
good
two on the end.
handle of his
All right, front
his
double bicep.
midsection control. Yeah, he's really able to. Let's take a look. Let's take a look.
I think I'm going to say this again, everybody.
Yeah,
These are
yeah.
teens.
Look at the vacuum on the end. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He's a smaller
Relax.
guy, but yeah, he's coming.
Now I'm going to throw a wrench in it.
I
First time I'll
love the
let you
front
do the
posing on the
now
two at
it's
the
my
end.
call.
They really understand.
Quarter turn to
you
your
know,
right.
it's not about just having your arms out. It's really stacking
From that
your,
position.
your arms
Side
over your
chest.
lats, you know, so you preserve the width of your lats.
Okay. So one thing about OCB and many natural federations, they do require sometimes that you do the poses on both sides, as opposed to
Relax.
something like NPC, where
Face rear to stage.
sometimes it's you know,
See rear
most of the
double
time it's,
bicep.
side of choice.
Wow. Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful.
A very, very nice back double.
Yeah.
You can see the hard work. and
Relax.
development
Yeah.
in the back.
77.
Quarter turn to your right.
Coming on strong.
To be in the
See
team
side
and
chest from
be
that
this
position.
Developed is
Yeah.
amazing, because by the time they're 22, 24, they'll have a full physique.
Yeah. Wow.
So right now I'm really looking at 77 to 74. I feel like those two.
The two at the end?
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look at the
they're
hamstring
really
and
coming
the,
on.
Face the judges.
everything on the. I wish I could read the numbers well.
Hands over
but
your
I
head,
just
abs
can't.
and quads.
I'm very impressed with the leg development of the majority of these guys. Again, like, yeah,
Yeah.
just telling you guys, it's not just a dieting contest. It's building that muscle, building the separation between those muscles. Like, that's very
Relax.
intentional work.
Once again, your favorite
So I
pose.
And it
wanna-
doesn't happen overnight. So to maintain that, to do it well, to where you're seeing these results is really impressive at their age. And yeah.
This kid right here in the middle looks
We have the
amazing too.
Twisting double bicep at the end.
Yeah, really
Mantis
good.
pose at the end on
Relax.
the right.
Yeah. Tell them.
They know their
They know.
their poses. A lot of seasoned vets don't know poses. They know
Guy
their
at the
poses.
end, the shorter one,
Yeah,
is really,
he looks good.
Yeah.
he's really capturing the shape.
And it seems as they're posing them, he's getting harder. He's getting drier, which means that
71 and 73 switch places.
muscles are showing a little bit better.
Yeah. The
This
posing
is
is
a tough
just,
class, guys.
Very tough. Yep.
because there's something to be said about our two guys at the end, but then if you eliminate them and you're looking at the remainder,
All right. Front double
the
bicep.
second to last on the right has the most muscle on his frame. The guy at the very end is the most conditioned. I mean, his
I
legs
don't-
are really.
I'd even argue
Yeah.
that the two on the left, furthest
Relax.
left, they might be in the lead,
Yeah.
and they're just comparing everybody else.
Your best side chest.
I would
once
agree
again.
on that.
Your
I
best
see
side
that.
chest.
For third through six.
Yeah. And again, they have their strengths. I think the second, I honestly think the second one from the left might be taking the lead for first because of his hamstrings.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Relax.
he understands this pose. It's not just like, just like squat a little bit. There's a reason why you do that is to showcase your hamstring development.
Right.
And
Okay,
he's
face the rear of
actually
the stage.
positioning himself in a way to do that effectively versus just kind of
Yeah.
mimiking the pose
Yeah.
and setting
Rear
up
double
for it.
bicep.
And
He-
yeah, you're right, definitely. And part of the posing
And his
on the-
hamstrings about
especially
to
on the side poses.
take over.
Being a shorter guy, I can speak to this. You want to be able to pose for your body type.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean pose tall.
Relax.
Yeah.
You want to pose big,
Go
but
ahead
not
and spread out a little
necessarily
bit so you
pose
guys have
tall.
room.
Mm-hmm.
Just a
You're not
little
trying to
bit.
match
There
the
you go.
height
Spread out
of
a
the
little
other
bit.
competitors. You're trying to
Yep.
fit,
There you go.
look as big as you can for your frame.
For your frame.
And
Right.
I think the one on the far left can
Face
do
the
so
judges.
by squatting down a little bit.
Yep.
A little bit more on his side poses. And that'll bring
Hands overhead,
a lot
abs
more of
and
the hamstring
quads.
out.
Well, this is abs and thighs, though, so we want to see the abs and thighs. And then a lot of times people will take this opportunity, hit the pose that was called for,
Ooh,
and
that's
then include
pretty.
the vacuum. The guy at the end has
74.
his vacuum down.
Relax.
74 is pretty.
And still has abdominal control after.
Very, very. He reminds,
Oh, my.
reminds me of myself.
I was going to say. Yep.
77 and 70 switch places.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm just
73
so impressed with
and
these
it's
teams.
71 switch places.
And it just depends on the judging criteria. You hear the term thrown a lot around a lot these days. giant killer, but you have to, you have to bring the package. You have to bring the package.
Yeah.
To fit this, fit the mold.
73 and 72 switch places.
I'm not sure what number the second to last on the left is.
74.
Thank you.
74 and 72 switch places.
There we go.
Okay.
Moving them in.
There it is.
It's really tough, but I do believe that 74 is going to win out
Yeah.
over 77.
Yeah.
And I think it's the hamstrings, the one
All
shoulder,
right,
one from
front
the
double
back,
bicep.
and his front pose is just, it really flatters
Yeah.
him. And then 77, the shorter guy, has the best vacuum. He's very impressive, but I think when I saw them side by side, he's edged out by a little bit by the guy by 74.
Relax.
Right.
74
Quarter
does
turn
not
to your
even
right.
look like a novice. Like he
Side
really
chest.
looks like he's done this a lot. He understands his posing. I haven't seen him do this yet, but let's get a close up if we can. And then I don't know, the guy in the end now on the left
Relax.
is very well conditioned.
Face the
But
rear to
classic
stage.
is arguably supposed to be a little softer than bodybuilding, so
See rear double bicep.
And 74, if I'm not mistaken, is coached by Optimized Dietetics.
Okay.
Who's Lakeland-based.
Relax.
Lakeland-based coaching group.
Okay.
Quarter
so they're
turn to your
local
right.
employees
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
All right.
See side chest from that
something
position.
that's interesting too about this class is, the suits are supposed to be short, not Speedos as such as the bodybuilding trunks, but they are supposed to still show off your legs. And so sometimes if your suit covers too much, it doesn't serve you because we're missing
Relax.
detail we can't see. So
Face the judges.
73, I think that is.
Yep, 73.
He's missing a little bit. We can't really see the detail up high in his quad if he has it, which I believe he does. So he has a good amount of muscle on his frame. He's not necessarily posing
Hands behind your head,
properly
abs
for the
and
front
quads.
pose, but it's a shame we can't see his legs more.
I do believe that classic is classic. It should be golden era type of body.
There we go.
Yeah.
And those briefs
Yeah,
that 73
man.
has are perfect for
Relax.
posing and posing practice, but I don't
Gentlemen,
think they're
once
fit
again,
for the
display
stage. But
your
it's
favorite pose.
And it's a strong telltale sign of a new competitor. It is. There's nothing wrong with it, but usually first-time competitors do wear it once and they never wear it again. That twisting double bicep was perfect.
Yeah. Oh, look
as
at this. Yeah, no. The guy doing that.
Relax.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're doing a really good job.
Very good.
Classic posing
Very great
is
job.
not intuitive.
Very great job at posing.
Yep.
And it's something that you have to work on a daily basis.
74 is just.
Man, you
74 and
guys make it
77 are
hard.
yes. 73 has a lot of strengths in his physique,
Yeah.
but the posing he needs some support.
As does
All right, we're
71
gonna run
too.
it
71
again
looks
as
good.
is.
I think the
All right.
guy
Front
on
double
the
bicep.
end on the right, he's holding a lot of muscle for his frame. I think his posing could use a little bit of work, but with the vacuum is very classic.
Yeah,
His
looks
lines-
great.
His lines are very
Looks
classic.
great. Yeah, he does. He looks
Nice
great.
X frame. And he stands
Relax.
out. To me, 74 stands out
Your
as well.
favorite side chest.
But
The gentleman, 70, with him, he is so well conditioned. He he clearly loves this division. Like he's invested. But there are some poses where he kind of makes himself look smaller with his foot stance, his foot positioning. And I think you'll see what I mean. Like right now,
Relax.
he's doing a great job as a side pose, but anything from the front, it's kind of like
Face rear to
selective.
stage.
See, his
See rear double
stance is
bicep.
wider,
right.
and it makes him look smaller. I'd love to see him with his legs closer together to close that gap between his legs because he has a very impressive and well-conditioned physique, and
I agree.
I think he could place higher if he
I agree.
posed bigger, as you just said.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, look at the definition there.
Relax.
You know?
Top two, we're looking at
Quarter turn to your right.
77 and 74.
See side chest from that
And then
position.
for third, I want to say that 70, only because he has the posing and the conditioning.
Yeah.
The other gentleman that might honestly take it if he had better posing. It's just the posing on the last guy, 70, is just that much better.
All right,
Really
once
captures
again,
the
face the
division.
judges and let's see abs.
72.
and
He
quads. Hands behind your head.
a few years, I think he'll be able to make some noise as well.
72, the
It looks like he may be the youngest on the stage.
Oh.
Yeah, he was out here last year as well. He's one of our repeat
let's have competitor number 72 and 77
competitors
switch
in this
places.
division
Yes.
from OCB.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, as the body ages,
Nice.
so does the muscle.
Top 3 on the left, in my opinion. Top 3 on the left.
We're looking at it.
Yep.
The guy in the briefs, I'm not sure what number that is, the one in the briefs.
Yeah.
He has a very nice tricep.
All right, gentlemen,
I'm sorry,
front double bicep.
Hamstring hang.
Mhm.
But the shorts are taken away from the
Correct.
aesthetics.
Top 3 on the left.
Yeah, yeah.
Really, really impressed with the
I
conditioning
think
on the end.
we might have possibly.
Relax. Again, your favorite side chest.
Oh, cool. They gave him a choice. Your favorite side chest. Is he going to go classic or?
I wonder if they're going to call a favorite classic.
See, the guy, even on the guy on the far end, knows how to accentuate how to bring his hamstrings out in that side chest. He's really
Relax.
clearly very,
Face
very
rear to stage,
comfortable
let's see,
and with
rear double
posing,
bicep.
but pose bigger, a little bigger.
I think this is a deciding factor. Shows can be one, often one from the back.
And in this case, I'm still leaning
Relax.
74 in first,
Face the judges.
77 in second, and then 70 in third.
Hands behind your head. Let's see your abs and quads once again.
But it's fascinating because from the front, as far as conditioning, I almost want to say that 70 has it.
Very good abdominal control from these guys, these gentlemen, and they are working them.
You want this title?
Relax. Once again, let's see your favorite classic physique pose.
I think because it's a team division, it can't be a pro qualifier. Isn't that something?
Yeah,
Which is wild. Which is wild, but all the more like
See a lot
impressive.
A lot of Arnold poses, a lot of twisting.
Relax.
Double bicep. I see an archer at the end on the right hand side. These
Ladies and gentlemen, with
and I think
confidence, I could
you know,
say
when we
that
talk
the classic
about
physique division
most
is in
popular
good hands with
bodybuilders
this
in the
group
world,
right here.
Yeah.
we have to look at
gentlemen,
the most popular
best
bodybuilder
classic
who is
physique team
the
class
classic
I've
physique
ever
guy.
seen.
You're good.
They call him
Congratulations.
C-Bum.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
You have to wonder, are they inspired by him
Of
or are
course.
they inspired by the classics?
guys
You know what
did
I
a
mean?
great
Yeah, I think C-Bum has served to really
Classic
inspire
physique
a lot of what this division is trying to emulate.
Incredible.
especially with the younger crowd.
Yeah, with the
Man,
younger
when I was
generation.
a teenager,
I
was
am
still
so
blowing in my
impressed with them.
SNES
I'm just
tapes.
so, and that was just classic physique team 8
right.
class. Like what? We just
We're
getting
going to be
started.
bringing out, that was our classic physique. We're going
There's
to be
so
bringing
many
out
of them.
classic
Hold
physique.
up, hold up, man. I got an announcement to make.
Okay, yeah.
All right, guys, I need you guys to move in if you're sitting in these aisles so people can sit. A lot of people, you know, they bought
I'm
tickets, so
just-
could you
it's
please
just
move
wild
in
to
and
me
leave that last seat
how
open or
many
2 or 3
teen
seats open so
athletes
the
there
others
are
can
in this
sit.
division.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting because, as we said, bodybuilding requires you to have more size, you know, more experience.
Yeah.
So we didn't see any teen bodybuilding. That was debut. But classic is still a tall order, you know, to fill as a teen. But here we go.
physique
There's so many
debut.
of them. That's great.
Let's bring out those fellas.
And yeah, I mean, I think too, it's important, you know, for my man over here to kind of really help define what judges
So
are
ladies
looking
and
for,
gentlemen,
because it
believe it
just
or not,
becomes
this is
sometimes
their first
you see
show.
guys who are like, man, maybe you should be a physique guy, bro, or men's physique guy, you know, versus I don't know. What do you think? What is your take on exactly what you're looking for?
Definitely. So it's not like men's physique where the height.
All right,
matters
gentlemen, let's
so,
have
so much.
76 step
They
on
do
that
put you in
X
class,
right there to your left.
depending on your height. But it
Okay,
is
now we'll group a little curling,
ultimately the
75 a
way
little
your
bit to your
muscle
left,
sits on
but
your
make sure
frame.
you have enough room
You want more of a
for the double
proportionate
bice.
type of physique.
78
so
just
you
a little
want
bit to your left.
balance between the
There you
upper and the
go.
lower.
77 to the left.
We're all trying to
you
achieve
bumping
that
elbows.
X frame, and as you
All
mentioned
right.
before, I think Chris Bumpset has done a great job
Yeah.
setting the standard.
Yeah.
Quarter turn to your right.
But moving forward, I mean, as close to that standard as you can be is what matters.
When
And,
I look, I'm sorry, speak to posing.
Quarter turn to your
I
right.
mean, I always look for the aesthetics of classic, and that's something you can't really put a pin in. You can't describe aesthetics to people very well usually, but I'm always looking at the shape and the symmetry and the lines.
Quarter turn to your
And so
right.
right now, the gentleman in the middle and our previous favorite, 77, the shorter athlete, they have the lines like. Everything looks like statuesque in a certain way.
One more
when
quarter
they
turn.
actually right now he's doing more of a bodybuilding side pose, the gentleman in the middle, but the diamond that is created by 77 and the gentleman in the middle when they sit in their front
Right,
pose
gentlemen,
is
front
just is
double
something to
bicep.
look at. Those are lines that are being created. It's not as easy as people think. You even when you're in the mirror, you think you're doing something symmetrical and you're not. Something's up, something's down, something's twisted.
Oh, man.
And I have to point
He
this
looks
out.
good.
The vacuum
middle.
is the most classic you can get
Totally.
on stage.
Relax.
The most classic you can get on stage. So seeing a lot of guys, and it's something that you have to practice
Wow.
leading up
Yeah.
all the way up to the show, because it's not
Quarter
just
turn to your right.
being able to complete a vacuum, you have to be able to hold it
Yep.
as well. So
And not blow out afterwards.
Exactly.
See a side
exactly.
chest
So
from that
there's
position.
an art to it, but I'm seeing 2 or 3 vacuums in these poses, in these front doubles, and that's making a difference. That helps to differentiate classic and bodybuilding as well. That is the
Relax.
posing is the
Wow.
biggest differentiation there.
Face rear to stage.
Y'all, these are still teenagers.
Wow.
And let's see the rear
Out
double
of line.
bicep.
What is happening?
It looks amazing.
The guy in the middle, I'm like, that's a football player or something. I don't know. And see, here we go with the glaze again. Who's the most glazed?
Yeah.
And who's standing out more under these lights?
The color, the glaze.
Relax.
And even,
Yeah.
Quarter turn to
Wow.
your right.
even the peaking process, you can
See side chest
see
from that
what's
position.
really
Are
achieved.
these teenage? Wait, they are teenagers, right?
Yes, sir. It's just like,
Yo,
oh, Lord.
who the heck is that kid in the middle?
Relax.
Whole milk
Middle, right?
drinking.
Face the judges.
Is that whole milk they be
Well,
drinking?
you have to understand, there are a lot of them
Hands
have
overhead,
background
abs and
in
quads.
football,
Yeah,
wrestling,
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
You know,
Got
coming
some
out of
fat.
high school, if you wrestled, if you have a football background, and you're
Yeah.
doing these bodybuilder or powerlifter type workouts, and you're eating right, and
Yeah.
you're
Relax.
interested in bodybuilding,
All right, gentlemen, let's see
you're
your
more,
favorite classic physique pose.
wow.
Who,
Wow.
who's letting these kids get tatted up like this, though?
Oh, that's true. Dang
I'm
right.
snitching. I'm
Dang
telling the
right.
mama.
Dang.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
okay.
In the middle, yep.
Yeah, wow.
Perfect
Well,
execution.
Yeah, he looks
And you
great.
see that how he was able to bring in the
wow.
Relax.
See, it's
transition
a
from
beautiful.
the vacuum.
All right, competitor number 70 and 78 switch places.
Yeah, who is letting these kids get tatted up?
75 and 77 switch places.
But at the same time, imagine the resume. You know, you're like, yeah, I was getting tattooed
Yo.
at 16 and I was bodybuilding at 18
There you go.
and just out here winning shows.
Growing up
Hey,
too fast. That's the problem.
Tell me
Let's see
this:
front
is
double
this
biceps.
kid going to be able to compete for overall?
Yeah,
That's what I want to know.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because it's
After
a
that
shame
favorite,
if,
after
if
that
not.
favorite classic, he just
Oh my God.
Wow.
Because he,
wow.
Yep.
Legs are holding.
Well,
Everything. He's actually getting more like feathering going
The
on.
more they're posing, the tighter he's getting. That midsection.
Let's
is
see
holding
your
as well.
favorite side chest.
But I'll also point this out, right? Even though clearly someone has a little bit more muscle on their frame, these are all natural young guys, and so they're all about the same amount, like about the same size,
Sure.
you know. And it's a beautiful thing
Relax.
to see. It's
Face rear to
comparable.
stage,
You
let's
can
see rear
really
double
kind of
bicep.
see where someone maybe had a genetic advantage or more training history, but overall, it's still rate of growth
And they're
is
reasonable.
reasonable.
Yep. And they're relatively young, so they haven't. One, it's not 10 years in the game.
Correct.
It's more, you know,
Relax.
2, maybe 3 years.
All right, gentlemen,
Yeah.
face the
If
judges.
that.
Exactly that.
With your hands behind your head, let's see your abs and your
Y'all,
quads.
this is riveting. I don't know about y'all at home, but for me,
I want to see
Riveting.
some birth certificates. That's what I want to see.
The
What's
guy
up?
in the middle, what's his number?
golly, gosh. 76?
Oh, wow. Look at those eyes.
76?
Relax.
Yep,
She saw that.
76. Yep.
Once
Look,
again,
I'm in the
let's see your favorite pose.
You know, the guy at the end also has a really solid build.
I like
of
it.
course,
I like his physique.
he has the proportions.
On the left hand.
Yep.
However,
Has the proportions, but not.
This
that-
kid
Relax.
yeah,
looks
the favorite,
so
that
good.
favorite classic pose killed everything.
Oh,
and I
he's
think he has more.
All right,
more
ladies and gentlemen, that's your classic physique debut, Class A. Good job. Good job.
classic physique debut.
Debut
A.
class, okay,
Debut, so
okay,
not
so-
necessarily teens anymore.
Okay. I knew it.
Hold on.
He looks about my age.
I was about to say, man, wait a minute.
Wasn't there a movie with Martin Lawrence? He's like, Reggie, you look about 30.
Oh, that was just
He came to go
last
date his
day.
girl, his
yeah,
daughter.
yeah,
You haven't seen
Oh, yeah.
Bad boys. Yeah.
Let's
Bad
give
boys,
all
thank
the
you.
fellas
That's why I'm going to call him Reggie now. I'm sorry. I'm going to call 76 Reggie.
Make some noise,
Insane.
everybody.
Insane.
Ow. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Beautiful. I'm so excited. So this is
All
still
right,
debut?
judges, we have competitors number
Meaning
80,
first time
81,
ever
82,
on stage.
83,
Both of these
79
classes
is a
were
scratch.
first time ever on stage?
Okay, this is class for Novice B.
Wow.
81, take one little step to your left.
I can't keep these guys
Nope.
straight. But already, I would say the guy at the end has the most,
All right,
the
gentlemen,
shapeliness
quarter
of it,
turn
but
to
I
your
want
right.
to see if his core holds. See.
Do me a favor, keep all feet flat. Keep your feet flat.
Guy at the end on the right has really good side pose. It looks,
Yeah, he looks good.
he looks good.
Statuesque.
Quarter
Very.
turn to your right.
As you were saying, Don, it's like posing may not necessarily win you the show, but it can lose you the show.
Oh, yeah.
So
Really quick. You can go from first to fifth easily.
from the back, this gentleman, second
Quarter turn to your right.
second, I need to see these numbers, y'all. I'm so sorry. And we're here live, too, but numbers are hard to see. 81 is actually pretty impressive build, but the posing is kind of not in line with
Quarter
everyone
turn to your right.
else's. But he does have a pretty impressive physique, and from the back, his ratios were something. Something that you hear often is
All right,
like
gentlemen,
legs,
start with
legs,
the
like
front
keep your
double
legs
bicep.
activated. There's a lot going on on stage right now, y'all. A lot to keep track of.
Please keep in mind that the posing starts from the bottom, so you want to activate
Relax.
your legs first. Glutes are always activated, and then you work your way on up.
Quarter turn to your right.
The second to the
See
left.
side
looks,
chest from that position.
His front relax looks awesome.
Wow. See, the second to the left, he's got good hamstring development. He's posing lower, which allows him to see more. Like, he understands
Relax.
posing in some angles, but then others
Face the rear of the
don't
stage. Let's see
necessarily.
your rear double bicep.
Here's what matters.
Yep. Good activation. He's got good activation on his legs. Right on. Yep. You know, the side profile showcases it pretty well. No comment.
Relax. Quarter turn to your right. From that position, let's see your
Keep in
side
mind,
chest.
unlike bodybuilding, we are excluding the front and back lat poses as well in classic physique. So that's one way to differentiate that.
Relax.
I don't know what to make of
All
the
right,
gentleman
face the
second
judges
to
and
last.
hands
I
behind your
really
head. Let's see
appreciate
your
his
abs and your
strong
quads.
on his side chest. He's
Yeah.
very strong in side chest, but the side relax just doesn't. There you go.
And it's crazy because if you're looking on the screen,
Relax.
but then you're having the
gentlemen,
view
what's
that we
your
have.
favorite
Sometimes
classic
it's a
pose?
little different, you know.
In real life.
Yeah, the definition wise. So it's kind of a shame
Yeah.
that some of that gets lost. But I mean, from my vantage point, I'm really liking my man on the end.
Which side?
The smaller guy.
Shorter guy.
Yeah,
taller
the shorter guy. Yeah.
Let's
All
see
right,
if we can
let's
catch
have
that number this
competitor
time.
number 80 and 83 switch
I think
places.
the color plays a huge role there.
Yeah.
Competitor number
do see,
81
Sweating
and
his butt
82
off, though,
switch
but-
places.
Them starting to
81, I'm gonna
bleed,
make a note of that.
Starting to sweat. Keep in mind that
So I know we've had
an
3
attribute of
sections to
classic
this show.
physique is to have
A, B, and we're now
generally
in
is to have
C.
a smaller
So
waist.
the audience is swapped out a little bit. So let me say what I said earlier.
So 81 is
Everyone,
the
and
one I
do
couldn't
mean
place, the one that
everyone on
has a
stage
really
has
good
worked
command
hard,
of
no
most
matter
of
if
his
they're
posing,
teen or
and you can
50 or
see
60
his
or
legs are
whatever
coming
it
in now
is.
tighter and
So
tighter.
they work hard. They are
I think
He's
going
the paler
through-
one.
They're,
I
they're
think
getting
the one
close
on
to
the
E
le-
right
on
now. So they need the
right
energy,
now,
and
he's
the
all the way on
energy
the
they
right.
get
I
is from
think he
you
can
and the noise you make, like what you're doing right
win
now.
For this class, if
Right
he can
now.
hold it together. He is
Yes.
bleeding. He is starting to sweat a little
I
bit.
need you to keep that
There's
energy
nothing
up
wrong with that.
all the way through the show.
A more experienced
All the way
bodybuilder
through,
or
because it's
a
not going to take that
classic
much
physique guy
energy for you to
would
clap
know to
as
wipe,
it is for these folks up
some of
on
the sweat
stage
off.
right now. So appreciate that.
Reflects a little bit
Let's do a
differently, but
test
he's doing
run.
a good job
Let's hear it.
holding keeping it together.
You know, this is where some people, what do you say about it?
All
Some
right.
people,
Let's
they
keep it
say
at
when
that
they
noise
practice their
level all the
posing
way
that
through.
They do it
Thank
outside
you.
when it's hot so they can better
There
condition
you
that.
go.
Other people just recommend
Okay,
drills.
Denzel.
What is
Go.
your view on that for posing to prevent
All
the
right,
sweating
gentlemen.
or to
You can.
condition yourself to the
Let's have
posing
front double
long periods
biceps.
of time?
You
Yeah.
can. It's not necessary. That's one of those old school things that you hear that we did workouts outside. And you can. It does help. However, keep in mind. that,
Relax. That's
I
what
do
I'm
it after
talking
my
about.
workout. So after training.
All right, your
5 to
best
10
side
minutes,
chest. Your best side chest.
This should be fun.
Again,
Sweating pretty hard, huh?
81 understands this pose. It's very impressive. And he has less muscle on his frame, but he's got the
Relax.
smaller waist.
Is this the guy?
Gentlemen facing the rear of the stage.
second
Let's see your
from
rear
the
double
right.
biceps.
Second from the right.
The lighter
curly
skin
hair.
one, the one with the least, curly hair.
Oh, okay, curly hair,
the
yeah.
tan isn't quite as
Yeah,
dark.
I like
He's
yeah.
really, you know.
think,
and if you look at the full shot of all of them, he's got the
Relax.
good command of these poses.
All right, face the judges with your
guy
hands
really
behind your
favors
head. Let's see your abs and
the
your
guy on
quads.
the right is sweating profusely at this point.
It's crazy because he started so well.
Yeah, he's starting to look a little washed out, and not like I said, a lot of it has to do with the amount of water that he has.
Relax.
On him.
Again, let's see your favorite pose.
However, the one next to him, the guy next to him, second to the right, he's getting tighter as they're posing. So
yep,
he's
81.
holding it together. So even with the color being a little bit lighter,
You're still able to see.
Relax.
And he's unusual in that, gosh, there's just so few closing tweaks. Like if his legs were closer together, his legs would look bigger. But he's one of those guys where his legs do look bigger than his upper body proportions, which is
All
great
right.
for this.
Gentlemen, you're done. Let's give him a round of applause.
Not
Classic
in this
Physique
pose, but
debut
earlier
B.
in another pose. Oh. I'm going to make a note of 81.
Keep in
I'm
mind, guys,
curious.
this is why it's important to have a coach, because even up to the tan and the amount of gloss that you have on before going on stage, the
Let's
amount of
bring out classic
salt
physique
or
Novice.
whatever you're taking before you go on stage.
Let's bring out those
right
fellas.
up
Come
until
on
that
out.
point,
This is
the coach
gonna be
is there to
Class
help
A.
you,
Make
to
some
help
noise, ladies
guide
and
you
gentlemen.
So you avoid over sweating. You will avoid being in these situations.
said
where
make
you
some
go from
noise,
first
ladies and
place
gentlemen.
To third place to fifth place, simply on posing or just because you're sweating profusely.
Yes, sir.
Like the gentleman was. So.
And it happens, but
All right, we have
with a good
competitors
coach,
number
you
8,
can kind of
63,
prepare
75,
so
84,
that doesn't
85,
happen.
86,
mitigate the risk a little
87.
bit better.
Correct.
All right, gentlemen, give
So we
yourself
got some of
room. I
the
see some
short
overlaps
situation
here,
going
so
on
go ahead
again
and
where
just
some athletes
spread out just
are being a little more
bit.
conservative.
I think it's a first timer thing.
Yeah.
All right, quarter turn to your right.
Yeah, like I'm already liking the guy, kind of in the middle,
All
darker
right, gentlemen,
tan.
do me a favor, keep your feet
As
flat.
far as his
during
look
this round.
and the cut of his suit, it favors the whole. It's
Quarter
classic.
turn to your right.
I'd like to see him stand up taller, but as far as the cut of his suit and everything, looking most classic out of the bunch, that guy stands out to me. Third from the right.
Yep. Third from the
Quarter
left
turn
is
to
looking
your
good
right.
as well with the back relaxed pose. We'll see how the back double pans out.
Good looking out. Now the guy at the end is looking really good. The guy on the right. See, some poses favor some athletes.
One more quarter turn.
They're going to go a few rounds with them.
It's true. You can't be jumping to conclusions in this sport, y'all.
Keep in mind that we have approximately 5 poses for classic physique. So it's just
All right, gentlemen. Front double bicep.
numbers game. Whoever wins the greatest amount of poses wins. You know, but they are basing on symmetry, conditioning, muscle density, as well as stage presence. as well.
Relax.
So
Quarter turn to your right.
confidence does play a big role.
See your best side chest.
Wow, you can actually see some separation in his glutes. The young guy with the proper shorts says, I don't know what to, I wish I could see their numbers so I could tell you.
All the
But
way
you-
to the right.
Relax.
He's the third from the.
Face rear
I
to
think
stage.
the one all the way to the right has
See
that
rear
shot.
double bicep.
Yeah,
Has that shot. There's a rear double bicep.
yeah. This guy and this guy. Wow.
Yeah.
From the back anyway.
The one third
Relax.
to the right is shaking.
Quarter
That
turn to your
usually
right.
happens
Let's see
for
your
the
side
audience
chest
watching.
from
That
that
usually
position.
happens when you pose too hard. As we were mentioning before, the posing on 80%, 70% rather than 100% to avoid mistakes like that. Because when you're lean like you're supposed to be, everything shows.
Relax. All right, face the judges. With your hands behind the head, let's see your abs and your quads. Abs and quads.
2 in the middle. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're really battling it out.
Yeah.
Favoring the guy, ball head guy.
I feel that the guy to the right,
Relax.
though, is the most symmetrical.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I hear you, the guy on the left has really great upper body proportions. His posing's pretty good, but his legs aren't as tight.
All right, let's see your
You know?
favorite classic
You're right.
physique pose.
Great back. When he hit that back double, great back. Really nice because of the detail and size. but his legs don't match. And it's the total package. Again,
Right.
in bodybuilding, it's unforgiving. It's like, okay, you know. And the
Right,
thing is,
yeah.
we don't lose fat evenly in our bodies. So that's why you got to keep pushing, because in order to be symmetrical, you
competitor
push
number
past
63 and
a
87
comfort
switch places.
level. So yeah, for me, I don't know. The guy, I got to get his number.
75, 86, switch place.
85? Yeah, 85. This is
Wait a minute, you gotta get his number. What,
I know,
what
right?
you say
Not,
about
not
that,
his
bro?
phone number. I got
Bro, what's going on here?
I only need one phone number. And that's my significant other.
Double bicep. Give yourself some room.
Which I have memorized at this point in the game. Hey. Now he's tightening up. The bald gentleman is tightening up his legs.
You got to give it time. The guy second to the right, it's all posing.
Uh-huh.
That's not
Relax.
classic. That's not as classic.
Your
as the
best
others.
side chest. Your best side chest.
I like that they don't make them do the classic side chest. None of the guys so far are doing them on this class. But there is what I call the dainty side chest, where your hands are turned in. It's very classic. They don't make them do this here. They're doing a traditional side chest.
Face the rear of the stage. Let's see your rear double bicep.
Yeah.
And keep in mind with this
Wow.
federation, just because you're in the middle doesn't necessarily mean that you're leading the pack.
Yeah.
The judges move them around, so everybody
Relax.
can take a good look and
Face the
calculate
judges.
scores based on.
With your hands behind your head.
I think
Let's
I
see
have
your
my top
abs and
3
quads.
on this.
Send it.
Send it.
What is it?
I'm still torn between 85 and the younger gentleman. Okay, so these 2 over here, and then this guy.
Okay.
So these 2 and this. So we have 84. Can't make out that
Relax.
number.
Okay.
God. I'm sorry, fam at home.
So have competitor number
I'm out here
87,
pointing at screens and pointing at people.
switch
Very
place.
rude, but we do
What about
we can.
75?
Yeah,
How are we feeling about 75?
75 is battling for top 3. They are the one closest to the right.
All right, front double
This guy?
bicep.
The second to the right. Yep. The second to the right. He's battling top 3.
That's 87.
87.
Yep, 87, 85, 84.
Okay. Those 3 are battling for top
Yep.
3.
Relax.
They're trying to see who
85.
can hold it.
Quarter
the
turn
best.
to your right.
Um,
See side chest from that position.
Love this thing closer. Man. Right, so we got some numbers now. So we have 87, 84, and 85. Oof. Yep.
I like this stage presence of 75. I feel
Relax.
like he's really
Face rear of the stage.
he's just
Let's
got a
see
lot of
your
charisma up
rear
there, and
double
he's
bicep.
slinging it around in regards to his poses.
75?
Yeah.
Which one's that?
He's the guy on the very end
on the
left
or right?
On the
yeah,
left.
yeah.
But,
Confident.
yeah, he's confident, man. You know, and you got to understand
Relax.
like how
Quarter
much
turn to your right.
confidence
See
plays a
side chest
role.
from
You
that
know,
position.
like so pair that confidence with a few more years of training.
Correct.
I think a few off seasons.
Few off
One or
seasons,
two,
yeah.
1 or 2 off seasons
Yeah.
should do it for him.
And for that, it's to build, right?
To build, yep. To
To
build,
build, yeah.
the muscle
Relax.
tissue and as well as the work on
Face the
posing a
judges.
little bit more.
Hands behind your
because
head,
some
abs
of the
and quads.
guys are really great with posing. Like the last class we saw to come out, really great with posing.
I would
the
agree
teen
with you about
division really great with posing because they're working at it constantly.
They're studying it.
And you can see the difference in posing as well. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just a difference in
Relax.
posing.
Anything more than 2 off
Your
seasons.
favorite
though,
classic physique pose.
It's a perma-bolt right there, man.
Indeed.
Depends on how serious you take it. But
I really like what both of you are saying about how like none of this is disqualifying anybody. Like that gentleman has the posing in the stage.
Relax.
He has the stage presence, the charisma. He's engaging, and that's something you don't. Like you either have it or you don't, or you build
All right,
it over
gentlemen,
time.
face the rear of the stage.
He just needs more time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, and
Yeah.
Spread out just a little bit so you get some room.
It's one of those things where
little bit more.
you never lose, you only learn.
All right, let's
You
see that
know,
rear double bicep again.
For him to come back as confident as he is, he's going to have a strength. Every time he comes back, he's going to build on that confidence, but
For
come
sure.
back with a better package. So you always win. Just keep coming back. You win in different ways. You learn
He's
a lot.
posing his butt off too.
Yes, he is.
All right,
Yes,
I
he
just
is.
wanted to point something out with the back double for our audience watching from home. Some of the guys are leaning, most of the guys are leaning back. However, there's a double-edged sword because you don't want to lean back too much because what happens is although the judges are down looking upwards, so you do want to lean back. But if you lean back too much, it sort of darkens your
All right,
view,
ladies and gentlemen,
and it
this
washes you out a little
is
bit
your
more.
classic
So,
physique novice
you
A.
want to sort of practice to,
Good job,
to
gentlemen.
know where the medium would be, the balance is.
Yeah.
I think you
Novice
guys were on
A or
stage for
novice
about
B?
10 minutes or so, right?
Yeah, that was a long time. And when you say washes out, it's like the lighting is compromised, so you can't see the detail.
Exactly.
Because you created your own shadow kind of thing, and so
Exactly.
yeah, that's terrible. What a shame.
You look like one big shadow, and you're not able to differentiate the different parts.
Oh,
of the
yeah,
band.
it's smelling like baby oil backstage.
Oh, we got of our contenders up here. We got a few people we were deliberating on.
Which group is this?
This is novice B.
Novice, meaning never placed first.
Competed before, but never placed.
And placed,
And then,
okay.
and then debut is never competed.
Okay. So they see all these guys have competed but never placed. Cool. Wow.
All right, judges, we have
Yeah,
competitors number
it's-
73, 76,
He was hands down
81, 83, and
crushing
88.
everybody.
Yeah.
Scratch 79, add 88.
And again, totally different.
As a teenager.
Yeah, he's a teen. Wow. Wow. It's really great.
I think second to the left is leading the pack.
Yep.
On
And
this
then
one.
87. Well, no, there's a lot going on
76.
All right, gentlemen, quarter turn to your right.
He's leading the pack there.
Yeah,
the
he
one
is.
next to him, the guy
81?
next to him, 81 looks great as well, but
This
I think his color could have been a little bit darker.
Yeah.
He has a good muscle tone, but he's
Quarter
not
turn
as
to your
full.
right.
I don't think he's as full.
Winning.
It's
Just-
unbeatable pose right
Yeah,
there.
I
Yeah.
don't think he's as full.
And he understands how to activate his glutes. Our 76. He's just yeah, no.
And you can see him sort of taking his time.
Quarter turn to your
A
right.
lot of competitors when they first get on,
Yeah.
first show, second show, even third show, they feel like they have to rush through the poses or be the first to be in the poses. But if you add a
Quarter turn to
nice
your right.
transitional pose in there, the judges tend to wait because they do, bodybuilding fans as well, they do want to see you bring your best. So
Yeah.
definitely.
All right, keep that energy going, crowd. Keep that
impressive,
energy
y'all.
going.
I'm just waiting for the paper classic on this one because I think 76 takes it with the favorite classic. And
All right,
Yeah.
gentlemen, front double bicep.
as they pose him, my thought as they pose him, he's gonna get even harder.
Yeah, me too. I see it.
I'm curious to see what other competitors that potentially could
Very nice
beat
vacuum
him.
Yeah.
into a traditional.
Relax.
Just don't really.
we
Quarter
talk,
turn to your right.
we talk about it with classic.
Side
It is
chest
the
from
more
that position.
aesthetic. So even though there's some mandatory poses that one could argue are the same as bodybuilding, they're not intended to be. They're intended to be a little bit more flair, a little bit of something. And I feel like some folks don't understand that. The gentleman on the
Relax.
far end,
Gentleman face
tallest
the rear
one
of
in
the
the
stage.
class,
You can see
got a
your
bigger frame to
double
fill out.
bicep.
But his front double bicep looked a lot more straight on, like it looked more like a bodybuilding front double bicep.
Right.
Whereas with classic, again, bringing back that classic era,
They're looking for the lines.
They're
They're
lo-
looking for the V taper, the X
the
frame.
you want to pivot up
Relax.
your hips a little bit to
Quarter turn
create
to your right.
that classic aesthetic. And I don't know that
See your side
sometimes people
chest
go
from
into
that
this
position.
division because they don't feel big enough for bodybuilding or something like that, and they don't really appreciate that the posing matters so much in classic.
Right.
You gotta understand the posing. You've gotta create that classic look.
I personally
Relax.
think 76 could dip down slightly.
Face the judges with
to
your hands behind your
accentuate
head.
more of
Let's
the
see your
hamstring,
abs and quads.
drop, but you'll see his poses.
76
his front
is
poses
who?
are very, very classic. It's where he has one leg slightly tilted forward.
Who's 76? A guy?
76, second to the left.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's
Relax.
sitting straight on right now.
Color's good, glaze is good on him, and he looks.
All right, gentlemen, let's see
He
your
looks
favorite
so
classic
full.
He
physique
looks
pose.
experienced. Yep, he's peaked perfectly.
Yeah. This is, if you want to know what a perfect peak looks like, the 76 is it. Because he's obviously lean enough for you to see the separation, but
built-
everything looks full. Like everything looks healthy, full.
He's
Who's
definitely
beating him?
Relax.
Who beats him?
Nobody right now.
No, not right now.
He's definitely built for the.
All right, let's
the
have
division.
competitor number 73 and 88 switch places.
And
So,
yeah.
What I'm assuming now is that they're comparing.
76 and 83 switch places.
There it is. Yep. They're just switching sides right now just to make sure that the judges get a fair view.
And those two
Front
guys
double
on the
bicep.
left are the bigger guys in the thing. But now I think of it between them, it's like posing and who's more conditioned. And the guy on the far left, great physique, but not classic.
Not
He's
classic.
too dead on. He's too dead on. And remember, with classic, it's that little. The guy next to him has that little
Relax.
classic
Your
pelvic
best side
twist.
chest. Your best
Tilt.
side chest.
Yeah. So these things matter, everybody. You can bring you can literally bring your best, but if you don't fit the criteria, or you don't, embody the division, it's not going to work for you. Yeah, yeah.
Relax.
And would you say, in regards to
Face rear to stage, and let's see a rear double
if
bicep.
we're making a comparison of men's physique and classic physique, just from my vantage point, like classic physique guys, we want them to smile more, right? We want them to be more inviting. Whereas classic guys are more, like the killer mentality
Relax.
almost.
This is the
All
point
right,
I was
face the
making.
judges,
The
with
guy
your hands
second
behind
to
your
the
head, let's
left,
see
he's
abs and
leaning
quads.
back a tad
Too
bit
much?
too much.
It's a shame.
And it's taken away from his back pose.
And I have him in for third, believe it or not.
76. I think they're comparing the two closest to the
Middle?
To the middle.
Relax.
Yeah. I think that's the first and second, but then for third
Again,
place.
let's see your favorite pose.
For me, third is who's that gentleman? His number. It's between 83 and the guy on the far right.
Hand overhead bicep pose. There's another one.
But he's posing straight on.
Relax.
There's just a little bit.
Pretty good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your classic physique.
This was a
Novice
good class.
B class. Good
Third
job,
place
gentlemen.
is a toss-up for me. They both had a lot of strength, but then it's like, what's going to make the difference?
I have to tell you, all the way from the teen division up to now, no disappointments. No disappointments.
Now this is going to be a treat. Here we go. We're bringing out our only figure competitor tonight. Y'all make some noise for our figure competitor who's
so
doing
excited.
teen and debut. So make some noise. This is our first time being on stage. Let's go ahead and bring her out.
Wow. Figure's my lane,
Let's make
everybody.
her feel welcome.
Wow. So with this division, you're still seeing a two-piece bikini, but the difference is that back development really matters. And so you'll see how the suit pulls that bikini strap down so you can actually see their back. This is her first time ever on stage.
How old are you?
She is
17.
Oh, wow.
17.
17.
Amazing.
She looks amazing.
She does. She looks great. I think she's going to win
All right,
this.
let's go through some turns. Quarter turn to your right.
She looks confident up there.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I went on stage. I was
Now, I will say the posing is not figure
Quarter
for the
turn
most
to your right.
part, but she's doing it. This is what I was talking about normally in bikini, the strap cuts across your back because they're not as concerned about your back development. But here the straps are pulled down so you can actually see lats, you can see back.
Quarter turn to your right.
And that's why she flipped her hair as well so you could see.
Okay, let's talk about it.
All right,
17-year-old
and one more quarter turn.
daughter. You guys have say down the line, 17 years old. She says, "Mommy, I want to start. Daddy,
All right,
I want to
ladies
start
and
competing."
gentlemen, that's your figure teen and debut.
What's up?
It's in your blood, my child.
What would you say? What's the guidance there?
And let's get to work.
All right.
I think figure is a little bit more conservative compared to wellness. Certain
Okay, we keep
divisions,
running with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
team.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know
certain
what's
federations
going on
of
in
wellness and
with the water
even
is in Tampa,
bikini
but
would
these
seem to
teams
be a
are
little
putting
bit
on a show.
more
Y'all make some
out
noise
there.
for our team competitors.
They're
They
all
are the
respectable
future for our
divisions as well,
bodybuilding.
but
Sure.
I think
Natural
figure,
bodybuilding
if I were to
and
start a
fitness.
woman,
We got
a
bikini
young lady out, it would be in
teen.
figure.
Let's bring out those
so she could
lovely
get the
ladies for
posing
bikini
right
team.
and
Yeah.
Make some
work on
noise.
the
Keep
body
that energy
composition.
flowing.
Yeah.
Because with that,
Yes.
you have the avenue of wellness and you have the
Yeah.
avenue of women's physique, depending on
Yeah,
how lean you're willing to get,
for sure.
as well as the
Gorgeous.
composition.
All right, competitor number
One to hold
55.
here
How old
now,
are you?
but
19?
Jeez.
19. Competitor number 62?
Wow.
18.
18.
Beautiful,
Got it.
beautiful.
All right, let's do this.
God. Gosh darn.
This guy.
Face the rear of the stage.
Gee Willikers. The young lady in the red has an incredible core for bikini. Seeing her live, because obviously, like we were saying, the camera has a tendency to wash certain things out. Her core is, in my view, perfect bikini.
All
in
right,
terms
ladies,
of
take
it's
3
flat
steps to
and
the
you
rear of
can
the stage.
see some definition and separation of the abs, but it's very faint. Because bikini was intended to be like that bikini model division, like you're at the beach, you're athletic, but you're at the beach. You're not at a beauty pageant kind of thing.
Face
And
the
so the fact that she has abs, but they're not these hard, ripped cheese graters, it's a hard thing to pull off and maintain
All right, take
when
3
you're on
steps back
stage,
to
and
the
she's got
blue
it.
line right there.
I'm trying to compare their shoulders here because it is a bodybuilding show, so every muscle group counts. And I'm not quite sure who's taking it because the other one, her hair is kind of covering. Yeah. Right now, Red is leading in my view with her overall kind of development and conditioning. It was a very healthy, solid bikini competitor.
And I would say Bikini from my, I've had some athletes who have participated in Bikini. And
once again,
it's
walk
just,
to the rear of the stage.
It's very subjective.
Oh, God.
You know, I would say more so than a lot of other modalities, bodybuilding modalities. I think Bikini is like any given Sunday type of deal where, you know, the judges have a huge responsibility to make the right choice. And to stick to the guidelines sometimes.
Never mind, you don't have to ask.
You know, so.
I've heard some high-level judges say that Bikini is all about symmetry and beauty flow, which again, like, what does that mean? You're saying it's very subjective. But one thing that always stood out to me is, of course, they're bodybuilders, so they have to look like they
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's your Bikini team.
Physique.
Make some noise.
I was told that with Bikini, you don't want any one feature to stand out. That it's supposed to be like this total package. You're not looking at the glute like, oh, that's nice, more round than everything else. You're not looking at everything's supposed to be just like that. So as opposed to with wellness, we know our eyes go straight to the glutes and the hips and the ratios.
So from how I've tried to shape a bikini athlete in the past, it has been from the caps to try to really push shoulder development and as well as glute development as well, and how the tie-ins.
Yeah.
And of course leanness, just the leaner the athlete, of course, the better the midsection.
That's the noise I wanted to hear.
But that's kind of how I've always approached, but again, I don't have as much experience coaching now, coaching this category.
Well, you're quite right in that the shoulders have to be hammered because you want to have capped shoulders, and you're quite right in that the glute and the tie-ins are, they'll be the deal breakers. You know? However, as far as the balance, like when I think about the silhouette, right? Like if we didn't see any features, they were just black outlines, right? I was kind of told that they should be symmetrical. Like no one part should stick out like, oh, her glutes are bigger. It's like, oh, there's a beautiful silhouette where everything's kind of matched. And so I'm looking around and I'm like, who has that? Who isn't? Who doesn't have one feature that stands out more than the other, but is balanced?
Ladies, take 3 steps to the rear of the stage.
Typically, I have found that ends up winning us unless everybody's literally the same caliber.
And I do have to stress, and I've been saying it, and I'll continue to say it, that the color matters.
Yeah.
How you present with the tan and the gloss, it matters because under those stage lights,
all right, ladies, face the judges.
Different. And usually, the more tan or the darker you look, darker your tan, the better you look, or the more muscle definition that the judges can see, as well as the audience, and probably see on the live stream as well. Keeping that in mind.
All right, ladies, 3 steps back to the blue line.
When I do train bikini athletes, what I do is I train them similar to wellness.
In what way?
In the way that they're working on the shoulder caps, as Trey was mentioning, and a lot more legs than normal. And what we do is, as we go into prep, we'll start to pull back on the leg development. But once you build that posterior chain, the glute tie-in, and the quads from the front, you can pull back and focus on what's a little bit easier to grow, which is the back, which is usually not shown, but the back and the shoulder caps as well. They're a little bit more easier to develop, so I start with the legs always for women. The biggest difference I've seen is that between wellness and bikini.
48,
red and blue.
Switch places.
Red and blue are leading.
Exactly. Yep. And the biggest difference I've seen between the two divisions is the diet that they're on. So the amount of food that they're eating, how their meals are structured, can make a difference. But it's all, it all
about
depends
48
on the
and
well.
49 switch places. 48 and 49 switch places. It was
That would so be me. I'll be like, who am I again? Y'all, I haven't eaten. But blue and red right now stand out to me as being on the same. They're even similar heights too, but posing is beautiful. Red, I love how well you can see her shoulder cap, like really round delts. Blue may have a smaller waist, but I don't know that matters. They both really, their package looks very complete, both of them. They look like they both have bubbly muscle, for lack of a better way of putting it, versus maybe the girl at the end, beautiful physique, but she still looks kind of soft to me.
Which side?
The lilac on the far right.
Right.
Yeah, she has a beautiful physique, great shape, but she still seems soft in comparison to the red and blue.
Right, right.
And so that's what we call like pretty muscle, the red and blue. There's just a fullness to that looks really healthy, and with the glaze also looks just, it pops. Something about it.
You can still see the separation in the muscle slightly, but without the striations. Right? So it's not so much muscle. It's not so much body fat, but it's in between, right?
Yeah. No, back in the day, they used to say that this was the attainable and sustainable physique. You know, by today's standards, who's to say?
It might have been at one point.
But now we got DoorDash, you know what I'm saying? And so.
And once again, the midsection for the ladies, when they're doing their side and front poses, is the trick of it is to sort of vacuum
Step back to the blue line.
To look, get your stomach to look as flat as possible without extending.
The more I see these ladies, the more I'm leaning towards 55 in red. The reason being,
yeah, she looks great.
She really does. And again, looking like a bodybuilder, like she built this physique, versus the young lady in blue, beautiful physique, but there's almost like a genetic element to it, like her ribs places. And her rib cages, you know. So yeah, there's something about 55 that just looks more like a bikini bodybuilder. She built this physique for this division, and again, she's peaked beautifully. I mean,
and I think
what's your number?
The color of the suit.
What's your number? I can't see your number.
They say that the safest
right,
colors for suits for women are gemstones colors, which makes sense. But as a lady myself, I'm tempted with my favorite colors. You know, I think I had like a maroon suit at one point,
48,
and
49, switch places.
Hunter green one, and they really don't do as well as the gemstones on stage. So any ladies listening that are tempted to compete, as much as it is about your presentation and looking how you want to look, truly there's a reason why the pros have safe colors, you know, the red, the blue, you know, gosh, I feel like the green as well, the emerald green. If you deviate too much from that, you could be hurting yourself, because it washes out
take 3 steps to the rear of the stage.
Rest. You'll notice the different cuts of the bottom. There's what they call a pro cut, which is what the ladies on the left have, very, very small cut, but you can't hide anything. So
as you can see now,
face
the
the judges.
Audience watching, they're having the ladies walk towards the back of the stage, because depending on the lighting on the stage, it shows the muscle definition a little bit differently.
Ladies, return to the blue line.
Yeah, this is a tough class.
Now the young lady in the middle is looking a little tighter to me than.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the bikini debut class A. Good job.
Keep in mind, the first 1 or 2 rounds are the most nerve-wracking. So at about the 3rd or 4th round, a lot of the competitors are getting.
All right, ladies, you can fall off on this side. Here we go. Come on back. Come on back.
Which is, you know,
make some noise for our lovely ladies. Y'all did a great job.
And on that note, see the light one. She's looking different as she's walking away.
Well, you know, if that's class A, we got to bring out class B. Come on, ladies, let's go ahead and come on out.
Oh, that they're practicing their posing by going back on stage and everything.
Please.
You know, to that end, it said that there's no amount of practice that compares to the stage time. You can be practicing your posing and perfecting it at home, but there's nothing like stage. Because of the jitters, the urgency backstage with the expediters, it's nerve-wracking. Ooh.
All right, we have competitors 45, 51, 52, 53, and 54. 52, if you don't mind, step right on that X. That means 53 will have to move off of it. 52 on the X.
It's amazing to me that all of these women are probably extraordinary in their communities.
All
like,
right,
wow,
now
my
we're
friend
centered.
bodybuilds
Give
and
yourself just
looks
a
so
little bit
good,
room,
you know,
54
and
a
they
little
do.
bit. There
But
you
then
go.
once you're in with
45,
other
step into
competitors, it's just
51. Did you wear
That's true.
deodorant
That's
today?
true. The one on the far
Oh, never
left
mind. 45 go
looks,
back all the way to the. I'm messing
at
with
least
you.
from
I'm
our
messing-
vantage
I'm
point,
messing-
looks lean.
Yeah, she looks
lean.
hard.
She's hard, but it just depends on what the
I
judges
know
are
you
looking
can't.
for.
So she's left.
I
She's
personally
telling
think
the
she could have
truth.
came in a little bit softer.
Mhm.
You can see the
For
striations
bikini.
at
Alright.
the top on where her shoulders
Who
are.
is this now?
The one
Ladies
on the
face
far
the rear of
left.
the stage.
Yeah.
And it just depends on how the posing is. If she can pose soft, she might come out with it. But
and she did not. The moment you said that, it's like, nope.
we'll see.
She is rather lean. She is rather lean. And maybe that's her lifestyle,
And
right?
I think
Maybe.
a slight bend in her knees would help as well.
Yeah. Because from the back, she's not
Face the
looking as
judges.
shapely because her legs seem straight. But she could, like a little soft knee and externally rotate.
Yeah, but she's incredibly lean.
I think the other thing is back to a theme here in all of the bodybuilding categories, a smaller waist, the illusion of a small waist is always going to win.
Every
And,
category.
and I feel like in her case, she's not positioning herself in a way to create a small waist.
All right,
So
face the
she's-
rear of the stage.
Another similarity between the wellness and the bikini, we still do want to see glute, the side glute. So if you're posing, even on
Ladies,
the front
take
pose,
3 steps
you
to
do
the rear
want
of the
to
stage.
accentuate the side glute, as well as as Glory was saying, the smaller waist by sort of angling your side towards the judge.
And what are we looking at here? This is debut.
Bikini B, I believe.
Bikini B.
Ladies face the judges.
And back to the suit color, you'll see the lady, the second one, from the front, you can see some, the color stands out, the second one from the left. From the back, you could barely see the suit. It was almost as if she wasn't wearing a suit.
Right.
And that's not
Ladies,
favorable.
return to the blue line.
So suit color matters. Suit color matters. Yeah, if she turns around again, we'll see it's almost like a flesh tone in the back. And
Yeah, it's a great color. It just doesn't match her
Yeah.
specific tone.
correct. If it was someone that maybe
Competitor
had
number 45.
more dark skin,
Competitor
it
number
would work with
45
the
and
contrast.
competitor
It's
number
basically the
54.
contrast that
Switch places.
that favors folks.
See the judges are switching sides again.
51, 53. Switch places.
Yep.
Some bug flying around here, man. Trying to get me.
Let's see.
All right, ladies face the rear
I'm
of the stage.
thinking, I don't want to sleep on anyone here right now, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking the girl in the green, the blonde, I've been overlooking her completely because I've been so focused on the other comparisons we were making. But far left green, I'm going to pay more attention to her and see. Remember,
All right,
everybody
ladies,
has
take
their
3
strengths.
steps to the rear of the stage.
And I, again, do not envy the judges.
And the suit cut makes a difference as well.
But you see the lady I was talking about, the second from
All
the
right,
right,
face
you
the
can
judges.
barely see the suit from the back. Beautiful, beautiful color, but
Yeah, I like green. Green on the end.
Green is a standout. Yep.
On
All
the
right,
end.
step back to the front.
54.
Mhm.
54 is
All the way on the end.
all the way on the end.
I like her,
Yeah.
her presence.
Yeah.
She could use a little bit work on the posing. She's
yeah, she totally can.
I think if she was able to pose a little bit better, she would just
Yeah.
take the show.
honestly, though,
Competitor number 54 and 52. Switch places.
you made a comment about she might be a little too hard for this division.
Yep.
I will take that when I see her from the back because her glutes are hard. And that's a testament to, I think she might be a lifestyle person who just like is competing, because that's rare to see a woman with glutes that
Right,
are
face the rear of the
that
stage.
hard.
She's tall too.
Yes, that's very curious what her background is. Do we have any info on her, y'all? Let's see if I can get a
Right,
number.
Take 3 steps to the rear of the stage.
I feel like these are in the 50s or something, but oh, we have our own little books here of the bios, and we have them organized by category. So I'm gonna do my part to flip
face the
through
judges.
to women's Bikini. If anybody catches her number, you be sure to let me know.
She's 54.
Thank you. Yeah, because I would think she's in some sort of sport full time.
The young lady in the middle is her posing is really good.
All right, step back to the blue
The
line.
green. We don't have a number on this one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's your bikini debut, Class B. Thank you, ladies.
Wow. So you got Bikini Novice A, Novice B, and Novice C coming up.
Great job, ladies. You
Thank
can go
you.
ahead and exit the stage off this way. Thank you so much.
No, here, listen to me. Let's do it. 54, no?
All right.
No, we're getting there.
All right, we've got Bikini Novice.
All right,
Come
here we go.
on out, ladies. When you see him, make some noise.
No snap. Oh, wow. Purple at the end is looking hard as well. Beautiful side glute, though, like you had said. It's important. And then I got to get a good...
I think 48. She was in the last round.
All right,
not
we
the
have
last one, but the
competitors
one
number
before that.
40, 48, 59, and 60.
Very
48.
Let's
picturesque.
put that X
Yeah.
between 48 and 59.
Purple
So
bikini.
step a
She's
little
in the
bit,
middle there.
60,
Oh,
up,
yes, yes, yes.
up a little bit. Get that X right behind 48 in the front
She
of
she
59.
not that it
Step
matters
a
as
little
much,
bit
but
behind, step
she
a
did
little
end in the
more,
middle
Mhm.
on the first round.
Little more, little more, little more. Good.
Where?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm good.
All right, ladies.
Thank you.
Face the rear of the stage.
So this is Bikini Novice.
This is Novice, Class A. Novice, Class A. Yeah,
I will
you know,
say there is a difference in the posing. The one on the all the way on the right is
Face the
posing
judges.
a little bit more like wellness. She may have been
on 40.
Yep, all the way to the right.
Yeah.
Is posing more like novice.
Yeah. She, yeah, I see that.
Face the rear of the stage. Take 3 steps to the rear of the stage.
I like the color on the one on the left, on the most left.
Far left, the dark blue.
Face the judges.
Oh no, you're talking about coming.
The purple.
Yeah, purple. Okay.
On the left-hand side.
What number is she? She is. Can't tell.
Yeah. Her color's good.
It is.
And I think yeah.
All right, step back to
color's
the front.
Gonna play a big factor here.
Have competitor number 40 and 60 switch places. 48, 59 switch places.
Keep in mind, ladies who compete.
48 and
whether
59
it's
switch
figure,
places.
wellness or bikini. Even for the gentlemen as well, when they call you to switch sides or switch with a different number, the rule of thumb is to walk in front of the crowd,
Sure.
not behind. Because
Sure.
you want
Face
to
the
get
judges?
as much
I mean,
exposure
Yeah.
Face the rear of the stage.
Yeah.
from the judges to the judges as possible. So you want as many eyes on you at
It's
all
true.
times. Whether that's a transitional pose or just walking to change positions.
What I used to do is when I, especially when I knew I was on.
Right. Take 3
There'd be
steps
some
to the rear of the
competitions where I just know I got it, you know, and as we're transitioning, as we're hitting, you know, I try to be the last one in the pose, you know, like wait, you guys go ahead, and then you know, so I'm a little bit slower. You know, if you're the last one,
Face
it's
the
more eyes.
judges.
Exactly. So,
More eyes.
but there's a way to do it as well, and I do
Yeah.
the same as well.
Yeah.
In the classic physique pro as well as bodybuilding pro. The way I do it is I'm always hitting a transition pose in between.
And step back to the blue line.
Was transitioning, I'm hitting a transition pose in between and then going into my pose so it looks more natural. So even if I'm nervous, you can't tell. Stage presence is always there, and all the feedback I've been getting is the stage presence is there.
Yeah, they're really working
All
these
right, ladies
girls.
and gentlemen, that's Bikini Novice Class A. Thank you, ladies.
Definitely want to know. You definitely want to know what the judges are looking for.
Yeah.
And to be honest, you're posing for the judges, but you're posing for the head judge. He's the one calling out the
Bring out Class B.
different
Come on,
poses.
ladies.
He's the one that basically controls how the show goes. So all your attention and all your face should be towards the head judge.
We have competitors number 51, 52, 54, and 61. Let's get that.
Look at the shoulders on the young lady on the right.
Good. I love the crowd. Love the noise. Let's get that X between 52 and 54.
Is that,
I need that
turquoise-
X right between
turquoise,
you. So 54 step
Correct.
back, 52 step up.
You know, the stage view, the full lineup, you don't see it as much, but this kind of side stage view, you can really see her shoulders. And I gotta say, both of
Face
the
rear to
emerald
stage.
suits are beautiful, but I really like the presentation on the green to the right, her hair. All that matters in bikini, you know? What is it? The beauty flow, the beauty flow, the beauty flow. So her hair is really well done for this.
Is that the
ladies, take
half,
3 steps to
half
rear
blonde,
stage.
half brunette?
No, the one on the
okay.
right.
One next to her, okay.
Yes. I mean, I do like the suit on the green, and her hair is fun, but very often with bikini, they look for the beauty flow.
Mhm.
Someone that can kind of look a little bit more conventionally.
Right, face the judges.
I don't know what. conventionally, subjectively pretty.
There you go.
I do love bangs, though. She's rocking them.
Bangs.
All right, step back to the blue line.
And that is another thing for the ladies that are watching. You know, it's such a production, bodybuilding, especially for the ladies, our hair, our nails, our tan, our everything, our makeup. Many, many more steps than the male competitors with regards to the hair and the makeup.
Totally is.
Have
Totally.
competitor number 51
and so we
and
think
61
sometimes as we're
switch
used
places.
to, what do they call it? There's stage makeup, and then there's like just beauty. Wow.
Competitor number
51 has a great
52 and
physique.
54 switch places.
But once you get into competition, you realize that because it's a physique show, you actually don't want to do too much crazy stuff with your hair.
Yeah,
You
I can
really
see
just,
that.
You know?
I can see that.
And, you don't want your hair and your
face the rear of
nails
the stage.
distract from your physique, because that would be considered a bad distraction.
I've had to learn that myself. I have long, natural hair, and
Once
I
again,
curls
walk to
and
the rear of the
this and
stage,
updos,
3 steps.
But at the end of the day, a simple blowout, just blow out in the park. So for anyone out there who's planning to compete, I would be more conservative with the hair. It's really whatever's easier that you can predict what it will look like on stage. Not something you need to manage or maintain or get,
All right, ladies.
teased out
face
or
the
anything.
judges.
Keep it simple because you got a lot you're going to have to manage between your food, hydration, practice, posing, pumping up, all the things. So keep it simple. Kind of like the 2 girls on the end. Simple, part, straight, keep it moving. And it looks appropriate.
All right, and once again, step back to the
really
blue line.
That's correct. And ladies, this is not the time to experiment with everything going on. A lot of moving parts backstage, on stage, pre-stage, pumping up. Do not want to experiment. Go with what
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's your Bikini Novice Class B. Thank you, ladies.
I can't believe we haven't gotten
yeah.
to like an open bikini yet. We're still in novice.
All right, come on down,
so it's only
ladies.
going to get more and more impressive, more and more difficult to judge. It's really impressive losing back
And now
the
let's
back.
bring out
the lower back is
Class
tough.
C. Come on down. Make some noise.
What is your go-to tool for assisting in that fat loss?
DJ Jazz
in
on
those
Jazz
areas
on
where
the
you want to see. And I know it's part genetics, but part training
We
too.
have
What's
competitors
a
number
good,
45, 53,
good routine
55,
for
and
you?
62.
It's
We're going to put that
maintain the
X
deficit.
between
So
53 and
just don't mess,
55.
just keep maintaining the deficit. And when it comes to time, when
back
there's a point where
55,
food is
back.
so low, and I'm not trying to say you're starving, but when food is so low that you don't want to cut any more food. My thing is, I like wearing a weighted vest when I do my steps. Create an additional
Stairmaster, you mean?
No, just steps in the community.
okay,
I love my
okay.
walks. If I was doing the Stairmaster, I would definitely wear a weighted vest then
Okay.
as well. But again, this is like towards the end when you're trying to really
Yeah.
peel the extra bit.
Yeah.
Or I really like incorporating recovery that does involve more caloric burn. Maybe
All
I
right,
would
ladies, face
swim
rear to stage.
for recovery, or we have a sauna in our home. So,
Nice.
so stuff like that where it's like, okay, you are recovering, you are resting, but you're also getting a little bit more of a, you know, a metabolic effect.
Take 3 steps to
and
the rear of
that
the stage.
just maintaining that deficit.
Yeah.
Because it really does, and of course, the magic bullet, sleep.
Yeah.
The magic
Huge.
bullet, because that's where you
Huge.
oxidize it all, you know, sleep. So really trying to, I don't care if you got to, no, I mean, I'm not a doctor, everybody, but if you got to pop a Benadryl every
Face
once
the
in a while
judges.
to make sure you get your 7 to 8 hours at a certain point in the game, it's worth it.
Check it out. Resting metabolic rate
Yeah.
accounts for 50 to 70% of total energy expended for the day. Isn't that crazy?
Might
So
sit
when you're
back
not
to the blue
sleeping
line.
adequately, when you're not getting those 6 to 8 hours, you know, 7 to 8 hours ideally, you know, you're leaving a lot on the table in regards to energy. That's not being used, you know, to sustain a metabolism, to sustain muscle mass. So, yeah, for sure. I'm a big believer in look at this guy here.
Put number 45 and 62 switch places.
I'm a big believer in Stairmaster.
Yeah.
You know, I just
53
you know,
and 55 switch
specifically for bikini athletes.
Yeah.
You know, I really feel like the more you're stepping, that really assists in
face
the
the rear of the
shaping of the
stage.
legs and the
Yeah.
shaping of the glutes.
Driving through the heels, right?
Yeah,
Right
yeah,
on.
yeah, for sure.
I know a few old school competitors who are advocates of old school lunges. You know, lunges.
Ooh, that's good.
And sprints as
Yeah,
well. They
face-
help.
take
Right?
3
Sprints as
steps
well,
to the
they-
rear of the
they help
stage.
and get that stubborn fat off. But like Glory was saying, the deficit is important, but it just depends on how long you've been in a deficit. I'm a big fan of refeeds, where
All right, once again, face the judges.
where it makes sense, where it matters. So, and a lot of times, a 24 to 48 hour refeed will help your body relax, bring down the
Yeah.
cortisol a little bit, and then you can keep pushing from that point. I'm a bigger fan of longer preps. About
Step back
16
to the
weeks
blue line.
is,
Yeah,
which-
you said something there, cortisol, man. It's a big one. Sometimes, you know, you go to the gym, you train, do a big chest session, maybe do the full body leg workout, chest, arms. Cortisol levels are going to be elevated after a full body session like that. You know, immediately after the workout, you're gonna have higher levels of that stress hormone. You know, and that's your body telling you to relax.
All right, ladies and
recover,
gentlemen, that's your
you know.
Bikini Novice Class C. Thank you, ladies.
John had said something about
Yeah, they're
refeeds
looking
and helping you
good.
push longer, and I don't want that to get overlooked because, you know, it's not that eating more helps you lose weight. It does, but under certain conditions. And so the spirit of a refeed, as I see it, me and my
Let's take a quick
analogies,
5.
I'm the analogy queen,
Quick 5
is
minutes.
if you think about a
All right,
marathon,
we're gonna
if you're
take a
running a
quick
marathon,
5-minute break.
you're not going to be able to run what is it? A marathon is what, like 26 miles or something?
26.2.
26.2 miles. It's very, I don't know of anybody who runs a marathon straight through. Is that a thing that people do?
Yeah.
Damn. Well,
Yeah.
They train for it.
damn.
Just like
Straight
bodybuilding,
through.
they train.
4
Straight
hours
through.
of running.
Yeah.
Or less. Jesus.
Or
Well,
less. Three hours is like the that's the benchmark.
Jesus. So with regards to that, okay, that'll take away that analogy, but let's say you're hiking, right? And so you literally only got the stuff that you have with you. Let's say that the peak of the mountain is show day, right? And you're just trying to get there. If you stop, catch your breath, eat some food, you'll be able to push further, get further, versus trying to go from point A to point B in one shot. So I see the refeed that you were describing as like, okay, we're gonna pause here, potentially deload, so you're not expending as much energy, give you more food, still clean food, I would think, food that you have been eating,
Yeah.
just more volume.
Yeah.
And now your body's like supercharged to push harder.
Yeah.
And there you go. But that has to be strategic, and that's why you need a coach, everybody.
Absolutely. And there's hormones at play. Like we were just talking about cortisol. Like, you know, if you can find ways to attenuate chronic elevated cortisol levels, that's a strategic area to focus on, and that is refeed days. You know, refeed allows the body to go through that reset process. What happens when cortisol is chronically elevated? Testosterone is chronically depressed, right? And so, like, you know, just knowing how hormones, how leptin, I'm sure you've all heard about leptin, and ghrelin, how they kind of are synergistic hormones, and they play off of each other based on recovery, restoration, you know. So it's just important just to kind of like take all that into effect and know, like, ebb and flow of metabolism your body ebbs, seizes up when you're more stressed.
Absolutely.
You know, and it flows when
To
you're not.
that end, you talk about testosterone going down and everything. A lot of people don't know. There's a whole school of thought, at least online, you see a lot of people where it's like bodybuilding is tough, the black and white, the iron, the dust, and they're like, "Rrr." Basically, I call it murder, murder, kill, kill. You know, hardcore.
DJ
And the thing
Jazz
of
on
that
the
is
one
the murder,
for
murder,
two.
kill, kill actually doesn't work.
Yeah.
Meaning you cannot murder yourself
That's
into
right.
an impressive physique. You literally, it's just like carving a sculpture. It's intentional, it's methodical, you take breaks, you take a step back because you are a body of hormones, electrical currents, muscles, tissues. There's a lot more going on here than just train and eat, repeat. And a good coach will orient you to all of that, or at least be mindful of that as they coach you to the spirit of why would testosterone drop when your cortisol is elevated? Well, in nature, if you're stressed because you're fighting for your life, why do you need to have a sex hormone pumping through your body? Who are you trying to make babies with when you're running for your life? So again, you're having to mitigate all of these different things so that you can get the results that you're looking for.
Yeah, and then naturally, like low body fat. When you're low body fat, low body fat equals lower than normal testosterone, like across the board, and with anyone, natural athletes, with when you're that low in body fat, like it becomes hard to naturally because testosterone works on the body's ability. Testosterone is absorbed through fat cholesterol,
all the sex hormones are
sterols, right? And so like when you're lower in that stuff, like in lower in fats, the testosterone is not going to be the best anyway. So you just taking care of that fat, is important,
These guys here are really good quality coaches. They can speak to this, but this is also highlighting a difference between men and women in coaching because you typically do have to you have to track everything and manipulate all the macronutrients. But with women, the fats are important to me. You can't necessarily go as low in fats with women unless they're already,
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Captain's Cup
but there's a certain amount of minimum dietary fat.
DJ Jazz on the ones, Eads on the mic. Now
Yeah, exactly. As it is for me too. It really
I
is.
agree. Where you have a male, because I coach both male and female competitors. With a female competitor, 10% is low.
Yeah.
Low.
It's low for a female competitor
Body
versus
fat or
body fat.
dietary fat? Damn, yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
low. So
Yikes.
you want to be
Yeah.
around 12%. Versus you get down to 5%, 6% for a little bit, and we push a little bit harder. I think, like I said before, I think we're a little bit mentally stronger, where they can push a little bit longer. However, I'm a big believer of pushing until and pulling back. So pushing and pulling on the metabolism to avoid the ghrelin, like you were saying, to avoid the cortisol increases, and to also protect the hormones long term, because we don't want to come out of prep and all of this to do one show for one day and then end up with metabolic issues
I know.
down the line.
That's
So
a lot of times
we
what
want to be in
happens.
a place to where we can sort of find a balance there. We do want to push. It's hard. Prep is hard, and it will never be easy. Every prep is different. However, we want to be able to mitigate and get to the point to where we can do a 10, 12-week prep, because we're only maybe 14 weeks out, 16 weeks out most of the year, rather than
maintaining that kind of
than
baseline.
having to lose 40, 50 pounds in a 12-week time frame. So
Yeah,
it's
for
big
sure.
role.
And you want to make sure that the benefit of that not an off season, but you know what I mean, putting on a little more body fat, is that then you'll respond to the prep. You don't have to tread water in the beginning. If anyone's interested, I have a YouTube chronicling my last prep or 2 or 3, and in there I have these prep check-ins, which include like how's my hunger, how's my I actually did track my libido, which is always fun as a lady to talk about. But it's a very real consideration. It's kind of cool to watch that. The lowest, I'm kind of curious, what's the lowest anyone here has ever had to go in prep calorie-wise? Mind you, we've got men here, taller.
Yeah.
Progressively, I'm probably Yeah, there's a lot of muscle here, so.
I never really went lower than 2,000 calories. Honestly, I you know, that was just how my body functions. I was a chronic 2,000. I think the lowest I ever went was like in the 2 to 2,200 calories a day. You know, and I never dipped below. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I'm sure.
From what I tracked, what I remember.
Yeah.
But I remember I was in I got to, you know, there's photos of me. It looks crazy, like 5%, you know, body fat, and no libido.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like, what are you trying to
no libido. Like
I love this sport. I love it.
I get a little graphic here, but like look at how when guys get lower body fat, the little Peters. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like in a little bit, like, bro.
Yeah.
It just you're not able to like it shrinks up. You know.
Trey, you can talk to this as well.
Pause that.
Oh yeah, we can clip that out. Can you speak real quick to the how many calories you got down? We got to finish that conversation, man.
I've been on I've been on several bikini diets is what I call them. 1,100 calories.
Oh Jesus.
800 calorie days. Zero carbs. I remember the longest I've went with zero carbs was about 6 weeks, and that's an hour and a half cardio a day. But results. What I've come to know since then, this was a while back.
Different coach completely.
What I've come to know since then is that my body responds better to carbs as opposed to other people, and it responds better to fats.
Yeah.
So if I pull the protein back, add carbs, add fats, I actually get harder.
Yeah.
And I'm one of the guys on stage, and I notice it because that gets harder when the longer I pose.
Sure.
So I love to be on stage.
Oh yeah, that's just.
So I'm popping the tricep.
Are you talking about like poses get harder? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I get drier. I get drier.
Okay.
I look fuller, right? Veins start popping and everything. The longer I pose because of the fact that my body responds so well to carbs. So I'm the type of guy that they hate backstage because I'm eating Snicker bars while they're with
the picture him with like Snickers bar on.
Snicker bar.
That was me. That's always been. I figured that out early, a little early on.
Yeah.
That like I'm able to. I do better on carbs.
Yeah.
Higher carbs.
Yeah.
You know, I just always, you know, probably because would you play sports?
Yeah.
Yeah. The background of being an athlete.
Burn through it. Yep. And I used to wrestle as well, which is a hard sport.
Oh
so that you know, cardiovascular
that says a lot.
Endurance is everything is there, you know, but you have to. But I'm also an old school bodybuilder. I've been following the sport. Trey and I were talking since I was 11 years old. So I'm adamant about the good, the bad, and the ugly of the sport. And I support it all. But you know, I think we can bring a little bit more cohesion to this sport just by sort of setting the standard of what classic physique should look like, what wellness should look like, what bikini should look like across the board, and whoever meets that on the day of the show, not 2 weeks ago on Instagram, not 2 days after the show, where after you had all these cookies and stuff like that. It's your job and your responsibility, as well as your coaches, to figure it out leading up to the prep, to the show day. Big kudos to the guys who and ladies who've come up and even stepped on stage. It's a big move, but I advise everybody get a coach. I'm a coach and I have a coach, so it's important.
I agree.
I'm going to throw in my 2 cents here because I think the lowest I ever got, I was really drawn to bodybuilding for the carbs. Bread till I'm dead. But no, just the idea of like, given how active I am, given how much output, how many carbs can I eat and maintain and or tighten up, right? And that worked well, especially my first 2 seasons, specifically my second season with my actual registered dietitian coach versus the cookie cutter coach. That was beautiful. I mean, I was still eating over 200 grams of carbs, the week before peak week and was doing well. However, the second or third go around when I really hit the pro scene and was just competing as a pro, I learned that my body prefers fats or responds very well to fats. I was going hard on that American Dream nut butter, and it just helped my physique and my energy. I burned through carbs so fast. Even to this day, I still get hungry in between my training sessions, just like hit my stomach. I'm so hungry. But if I have a spoonful or 2 of nut butter or just more fats, I was doing salmon.
And salt, too.
And salt. I was doing salmon on peak week So I was getting protein with fat.
There you
I
go.
was just, and these are the things you learn. At first, you don't know, and your physique is only so conditioned. But as you become more advanced, you can't deny what you see with certain foods and certain food compositions.
Right.
But yeah, for me, never lower than 1100. I think 1200.
Yeah, I don't like going below that
See,
for my
the thing,
athletes.
because what it tends to happen, the longer you go in with low calories, the more fullness you lose, and that's something I had to learn the hard way. So until maybe about 5 weeks out, 5-6 weeks out, I'm at maybe close to 4,000 calories, and I'm slowly pulling down because as soon as I pull down, I'm one of those guys that loses 3-4 pounds overnight. If I miss a meal, so I'll pull the carbs back completely, increase the protein a little bit, and slowly add the fats. I'll even give you a tip here. Chips. The saltier the better. If you're backstage and you know you're full enough and you want to keep that fullness, chips.
You're talking about potato chips, right?
Potato chips. The saltier the better. Funyuns, not Doritos. They mess up your
They blend in with the tan. It's fine.
But yeah, so the drier the better, and because it'll keep that salt. In Trey, you can talk about it. It'll keep that salt balance in.
Well, yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that.
So there's just so many philosophies, right? And there's philosophies in regards to, discontinuing salt consumption until right before your competition, or
Talking
doing
about
like
peak week or the day of the show?
peak week.
Okay.
Yeah. Say peak week, or even 2 weeks out, you start cutting back on the sodium and still keeping it in the diet, but just cutting back. And then right before competition, you have like a sodium bomb. Then there's how I like to, and that's kind of reason why that's a thing. I've done that before, and it's worked perfectly for myself. But like, people are just different, and so there's a way to do things, and there's a safe way to just make sure that you're able to contain fluids where they need to be, and that's keeping sodium in, keeping it in at a certain amount, and then maybe flowing a little bit or ebbing a little bit, when it comes closer. But
and I just want to reiterate for the audience that we're over here talking about stage. We are not talking about lifestyle right now. So none of this applies as far as manipulating these variables and seeing visible results unless you're lean enough. And that's get with a coach.
Air Force.
What's happening?
Air Force.
The heroes.
Y'all make some noise.
Air power.
For these gentlemen
right
here.
That's your lane.
Let's bring them on out.
All right.
Y'all can get louder.
They're doing the awards. Where did this guy come from? Oh, these are heroes. 90 we haven't seen. 90 at the end we've not seen.
We haven't seen 90 yet.
So, man, again, if they all
right,
had the
judges,
same
we have
cut of
competitors
suits,
number
that's something I do
83,
wanna-
84,
I
85,
want
and
organizations-
90.
Back in the day, the NPC used to
Gentlemen,
check their
quarter
suits
turn to your right.
at check-ins.
Check their window.
Their suits at check-ins.
Oh,
They used to
yeah,
be
okay.
Like, they said,
Yeah,
oh, no,
yeah,
this
yeah.
doesn't meet the criteria. So that things would be more uniform.
Quarter turn to your right.
We take the time to make sure they have typically the same tanning company, so they're all the same tone. I would like to see them bring that back because some of these guys,
Quarter
that
turn to your
gentleman,
right.
shaved head, kind of in the middle, pretty impressive physique, but the cut of the suit kind of detracts from it, especially in the rest of the line.
It's taken away from his physique.
Correct. And that is such a shame. You work
One
so
more quarter
hard,
turn.
you have your package, and then it's not getting the attention it deserves, positive attention it deserves.
The package in terms of the physique, right?
Correct.
Retired Air Force member
So you had
myself.
to
I thank
specify
you all
that,
for
brother.
your
Yeah.
service. Military, first responder.
We don't judge that here.
whatever.
We don't judge
Thank
that
you
here.
for your
The
service.
guy 90 at the
Yes.
end is great. Pretty.
Oh man, crack
complete.
myself up.
Hey man, what were you saying the other day about
front
how
double
this
bicep.
sport is an interesting? Was there's a playfulness to it because we're all basically,
Bro, we
half
just
naked
put it
and,
out there, bro.
You know,
We put it out there. Hey,
90s has the 90s. 90 has.
the kid on the end, he looks
Relax.
good. Far in on the left.
As far as his conditioning, but
Quarter
then
turn
at
to your right.
front facing, he's kind of blocky.
Yeah, he is.
Don, what's
See a
your take on
side chest.
beautiful side
Oh,
pose
yeah.
though? I
Oh,
really
yeah.
like his side pose.
Oh yeah.
the one that I favored in previous rounds, the shorter, curly-haired guy. Again, he understands the side chest pose, but his side
Face rear to
relaxed
stage,
is
and
kind
let's
of.
see your rear double bicep.
I think his side leg profile is a
looks
little
great.
weak. Is a little weak there, but
This guy, yeah, you're right. His waist is not,
Yeah, classic.
but I think in terms of
Relax.
his overall
Quarter turn to your right.
package, pause.
Side
he,
chest
you
in
know,
that position.
he's got it going on.
Yeah. Even still, the gentleman I keep going to, the curly-haired one, does have for his frame, the proportions
Relax.
Oh,
are really quite nice.
Face the judges, and with your hands behind your head, let's see your abs and your quads.
Still, even with this new addition up here, it's hard to beat that kid.
Curly hair?
Well, no, the
76.
My man, 76. Yeah, well, he's not out there now.
Oh,
what's
Lord,
the kid?
yes,
other
with the
kid?
dreads
Yeah,
that
the
we were like,
dreads,
football, we got to get a birth certificate because
Yeah.
he's going to be 18.
He's not. He's holding his own even when he's
He really will.
not up there.
He really is.
Some interesting poses. We have the twisting double bicep. We have the
Relax.
archer pose, the one hand over.
Competitors number 83 and 90 switch places. And when they're done, competitors number 84.